Big bad Beetleborgs.
We're clearly not done.
Of course we're not.
It is a good thing, then, that you're just getting started. Welcome to Ligus. You have been, you have arrived in a plane significantly larger and more heavily populated than you were expecting the gem to take you through. And now the transit gem appears to be stuck mid-charge.
This weird frickin' city.
A ridiculously high platform descended down into the city with you aboard it, and you were greeted, processed. You now all have a small piece of paper that apparently licenses you to live within the city, so long as you are able. And that is precisely what it says. And you have the very first thing that you were directed to was the tourist information board, which basically was just a small shack and bulletin board and bunch of pamphlets giving people due warning about not breaking the rules within city boundaries, and one of those rules being that teleportation outside of a district can go very wrong for the attempter.
Probably a good thing this thing's not forcing us to teleport, then, a little tidbit.
You have gotten directions from from a part of the city that's labeled the Plaza, which seems, from everything you've seen so far, to just be a big sort of park in the middle of the city, where arrivals are greeted, and lots of people just hang out. Directions to a location in the Reich district, which is labeled...
And for some reason spelled backwards.
The Licensor of City Duties, which you've been told is the only way to get outside the city for whatever reason.
Yeah, something about needing a permission slip to go commit suicide by throwing ourselves outside the city.
Was what you were told by your greeter. Yes.
You mean the pamphlet car with some busy fucker on the other side?
Yes, that is the other thing. Apparently, Shinolar currently owes one half of a favor to a mysterious figure who's been communicating to you through the guidebook that you got at that shack.
Nothing wrong can happen there.
Well, as long as you don't actually owe a full favor, he can't ever collect, so we should be good.
I think it actually works more that I owe a favor and I get 2 responses.
I'd better conjure up some lipstick for her.
I don't think that's actually all that valuable here, considering the variety of being. I mean, look at them all. They're everywhere.
Well, it depends. I mean, how much of her are around?
I don't know. I've seen a couple that look like dwarves, so, tall, dark-skinned, probably not that hard to find. If it's frickin' dwarves, it's gonna be everything under the sun. Just because, short bearded folk aren't super fucking common as far as humans are concerned. And most of these things seem to be middling ranged humans that are just different. Because they're all around 6 feet, 5 feet. Short ones are unusual, really tall ones are unusual, but they're there. But they're all got that same build. They're not like built like stocky, usually.
Well, it does vary all the way from definitely you've seen a kobold, and definitely you've seen an 8-foot-tall angel, and yes, they were just playing chess against each other, but...
The kobold was a cheating fuck.
Might not even be cheating here.
No, I recognize the game. It was cheating. You can't move the rook that direction. It's not a horse.
Not the point. The point is there may not be a such thing as cheating here.
Yes,
I think there might be, otherwise, don't tell Lindahl.
we need to find a bee and a crocodile playing chess.
Money's on the bee. The crocodile wins in the end.
Let's just work on getting out of here as quickly as possible.
Well, we have directions, so, follow that.
Yes, let's do this as quick as possible. This place is irritating me to no end.
Why?
Ugh.
You haven't answered why you're so darn uncomfortable here. Is it like some sort of field bugging you? Is it some sort of anti-person field? I mean, no offense here, but you are the only, pure-blooded human, so something like that.
No, this place is just very annoying.
The
Take a look around.
saccharine qualities are getting to Lindahl.
Is it because there's no brawls breaking out? We start walking, I presume, as I try and figure out what bugs him about the place when I see nothing wrong, and that's precisely the problem, but you won't say that, so...
And she's not paying attention to what they're saying at all and just trying to look around.
There is a page 2 of your guidebook just magically formed a sort of bookmark on request for directions to this place, and so it seems to have not exactly turn by turn, but it traces out a line on the overhead view of the city, and you can make out approximately where things are. There's landmarks that show up in various spots on the map, but it is a lot of guesswork. Because as you make your way across the plaza towards the inner perimeter of walls, you're noticing quite quickly that everything seems to just be built. All these buildings are just built haphazardly. There was enough space for a building here, so someone put up the necessary walls to make a building. Everything is chaotic and haphazard. The only real streets, once you get out of the plaza proper, are just spaces where people have not yet put buildings, or where they've been convinced not to by other residents of the improvised street.
If I were like me father, I'd be having a heart attack or a seizure at this moment from the sheer inefficiency of it. As it is right now, it's just plain ugly looking. Seriously, what? Could at least put cannons on top of this stuff to at least make it look nice. This is just silly.
Unrelated question.
Hmm?
Is Lindahl still in my head?
There's no reason he's not.
Lindahl,
Yeah.
are you still riding upon Fulton's helm?
I believe last we left, I was riding on Sholinar's shoulder.
Okay.
It's not like any of us can see him, so he could be anywhere.
Well, you could feel him.
Yeah, on her shoulder, she would definitely feel him.
Yeah, fair enough.
I'm pretty sure Sholinar can see me.
She...
Actually,
yeah,
she can, yeah.
Yeah, she
sure.
has see invisibility or something, yeah.
Yeah, she has pretty much all active see invisibility, so.
As do I.
And I can know what direction Lindahl's in, I just can't see him.
Right, you have
Death
which
Watch. Aha.
Death Watch. Okay, so yeah, you're aware immediately of anything undead or alive within, was it 30 feet or 60?
I'm gonna hedge on 30 because I know it's a short range, but I'll double check.
Thank you.
Regardless, so everyone knows where he is except Gorazin. Isn't that classic? Even if I had the boots, the Tremor Sense boots, I still wouldn't know where he was, and not like it makes a difference to me.
I have a million senses now.
It is a 30-foot cone.
Thank you.
Alright, keep marching, and I'll bitch about the architecture some more if you want.
I'm sure we get the idea.
Keep walking, avoid talking to people, don't do anything that can make you owe favors to people.
This includes accepting gifts, finger quotes.
Okay. You finally reach the wall proper around this district, and it seems that order spontaneously asserts itself. No building is closer to the wall than about 20-25 feet, and even some buildings that look like they're falling over towards the wall they're either much stronger than they appear, or they're resting invisibly on some force that keeps them from falling against the wall. The road around the inside perimeter of the wall is clear, uncluttered, and well manicured, unlike the somewhat littered streets that you have walked along so far.
Huh.
The map seems to indicate that you need to circumnavigate the wall a little whiles to the designated west.
I'd ask you if it was magic, but I'm not that stupid. I know it is. And I'd ask you what kind, and you'd say, well, I either don't understand or, oh god, I'm blind. So let's skip all that mess and just start walking.
That sounds perfectly fine to me.
That I could use some more cleanup. Surprised they don't keep their districts clean at all. Well, semi-clean. Litter is expected, but unusual in what I thought was a city that maintained itself.
What is it that you're pondering, Lindahl?
Oh, just the general nature of the magics imbued in the walls.
And now Lindahl explodes and there's a lot of blood and sheet on her shoulder.
You fire up some magical detection, and it's not immediately obvious what's going on. There's magical fields everywhere. There's little things imbued, but you're not really able to get any sort of sense of what school of magic that you're seeing anywhere. The stuff you guys are wearing, it's all pretty clear, and you can see that between a couple buildings, someone seems to have strung some clothing out to dry that is also glowing slightly, but when you look at the auras that cover the walls and fill the air around the walls, it's just huge and amorphous. You can't really get any clear reading of its function.
So it's like a wish spell. That sounds like a wish spell. It's kind of a universal spell that can do anything. That's what it sounds like.
Well, it's just a matter of it's too big. If you took to the air, maybe you'd be able to get some distance from it. Maybe you'd be able to see a pattern.
Oh, so it's like a gigantic rune. Huh. That's different.
I may try to do that if we stop for a bit at some point.
Okay. Following the directions of your map, you begin circling the wall westwards, and eventually come to what is clearly a gate between districts. A great open door. When you come to the front of it, you can see it goes through the wall, and the wall is much thicker than you originally thought, but your only perspective on it so far was on the rapidly descending column into the city.
Which really isn't much perspective at all.
Yeah. Especially considering all those green dots that looked like bushes far below at first. None of them larger than your thumbnail at arm's reach.
We were really high up.
Each of those appeared through spyglass to be a forest, so yeah.
A scientist might ask how the fuck we were breathing and what alien world we're on. A magical wizard would just say, shut the fuck up, it's magic. So, since I live in the magic world, I'm going to just see what this wall is made of by just throwing a knowledge at it, failing, and then moving on.
Right.
I know I'm going to fucking fail. the DC is 1,000,002.
No. It's totally in the double digits.
Fine, 99 probably. Point is,
Well, if this place
47.
really is, just add a character. If this place is ripping off sigil, then it's a flat disc with infinite space.
I just want to know what the walls are made of.
Yes, Bombard. Describe to me in a few words how you make this study of the wall as you walk past it.
Classic dwarven technique. Run your hands across it. Study it under not a spyglass, more like a magnifying glass, anything. Tap it with a small hammer. Then you tap it with a small pick just to test consistency. And Honestly, it's just the basics, just to poke it a lot, essentially, then feel it, and if you can get a chip of it, that'd help, but he's unlikely he's going to get a chip of it.
And then the wall eats him.
Yeah, it could.
I have a feeling he spends a lot of time chipping at stone. Woo.
That was sad and pathetic. You win no points.
Doing all the points.
Fine, here's a negative point.
You walk along the wall and feel it with your fingers and don't really get any strong impression of it being anything other than stone with a capital S. Take a chisel
Well, like
out
limestone,
and knock
marble.
against it a couple times, and yeah, it sounds like it's a granite, maybe, or something else extrusive. No, wait, granite's igneous. Yeah, something else igneous.
I'm not able to chip a piece off, am I?
You don't manage to chip a piece off, but it seems solid construction, and it does seem to be formed in large bricks, but the slabs. But
What
the
does
slabs,
it how does it react to? Well, we'll use water in this case. Like, how porous is it?
the water just runs down the wall. Although it does seem
Wow,
to be
really?
absorbed a little bit by the mortar.
Okay, so it is absorbed a bit by the mortar, but the stone itself has no. There's
It
no
doesn't.
stain.
It doesn't. Yeah, I mean, the surface of it is wet, but it does not seem to soak. It does not seem to soak the water into any pores the way a limestone would.
Yeah, that cuts out a lot of types of rock. There's only like 2 things it could be. I'm assuming it's just not magic rock from Wonderland, so. Considering the size of it, it'd have to be magic rock from Wonderland. Otherwise, how the fuck is it here?
Well, as I was saying, it does appear to be formed out of slabs of bricks, but these slabs in this case look like they're probably 10-foot cubed based on the spacing of the
Yeah.
mortar.
This is the pyramids level of bullshit engineering. That isn't bullshit, but is. The motor. You said the motor absorbs some of the water, right?
The mortar, yep.
Yeah, okay. What's that made of, if I can... Because I know where it is now, thanks to it absorbing and darkening. Can I chip or tap that? Is it a different material, or is it just simply the same material used to seal the others across?
Well, you can't do that inspection while just walking along. If you want to
Well,
ask your friends to stop for a minute.
Yeah, ask him. We're not that much of a rush. I want to test something.
Well, if we're going to stop for a minute, I'm going to see how far directly up I can get and see if I can get a better look at the place.
Alrighty. Lindall disappears upwards.
Be right back.
Be careful not to do anything that would draw more attention to us.
Pray tell, to whom are you addressing that desperate complaint?
Anyone who will listen.
No one in this room.
Nope.
Grozin, you chip at the mortar a little bit, and a few granules of it do come away from the wall. You
Hello.
crumble them in your fingers, and it feels like a pretty typical chalk-based mortar. You touch it to your tongue, and roll me your choice of a survival or knowledge geology check.
Let's see.
Or
Survival,
geography,
then.
rather.
How about both? Because I do have both.
Just
survival's the better one, but...
pick one. That doesn't really taste like stone grit of any sort. It takes you a minute to place it, but you start rubbing it in your fingers again, seeing how it crumbles, and it actually puts you more in a mind of dried blood. That slightly coppery taste and the way it crumbles.
Wait a moment. This isn't stone, and that isn't. Huh. Fellas, folks, friends, allies, and companions. Unless I am incredibly off course, this wall is not made of stone at all. The walls, all of them, are made of some kind of living, like, bone, essentially. Like, living bone. Like, a bone with, like, stuff inside of it. And the motor is more of the same, basically hardened skin flakes, something like dead skin, essentially. I think when they said living city, they mean no, literally, the walls are its bones. It's alive.
She just looks at him like, well, yeah.
I thought it meant magically alive, like a golem, not like, oh no, really, it's like a being.
Lindal, you crest over the top of the wall, and you immediately feel a fairly strong wind blowing across the city. But there are plenty of buildings on this side of the wall, the plaza side, that do reach above the height of the wall. So clearly it's not disastrously strong. You notice that you can see over the top of the wall, although it's pretty featureless. There's no sort of rim that guards would be able to use for cover if they were preventing some sort of siege or anything, and there's no real signs of any stairs or any other access to the top of the wall. It's pretty much just uniformly smooth, as just like the side of it is.
Okie dokie.
You continue to ascend.
Yeah, I'll go up a little higher.
You start fighting the wind for a bit more altitude, but it's nothing too strong yet. And looking down, you try and start to piece together the what you're looking at down below. And unfortunately, by the time you're high enough up, you can actually start to make out shapes in the magical aura. It's outside of detect magic range.
Do you have a spare first level slot? You could extend it.
Or I believe
don't
there
have
are
a spell.
other
spell.
I believe there are other spells that you may have access to that have a longer range but same function as detect magic.
All I have is arcane sight. I do have one prepared. It's 120 as opposed to 60.
Mm-hmm.
If that'll do the trick, I'll burn it.
That is up to you.
Ah, my eyes.
You cast Arcane Sight, and small load off your mind as you no longer have to concentrate quite so hard to keep it up, and yeah, you can make out those auras from a bit further out, and do gain another 60 feet, and you're really having to fight the winds now, but so long as no gusts come along, you should be fine. You study downwards, and the aura is definitely it's tinged with the right colors and moving in the right ways, that it looks like some kind of magic circle is traced by the very walls, or maybe wrapped around them. If you took some, you couldn't really do anything to determine its function just from here, but maybe if you started mapping out any fields you noticed, if you walked enough of these walls, you might be able to figure out what its purpose is. Right now, though, it's like trying to determine what the spell on a scroll is based on just one or two letters scrawled in the corner of it.
If it starts with an F and a U, I can guess.
Okay, I can go back to the bottom. I'll go back to the group.
Work your way down and meet back up with them without any issue. Garazim
I
is
looked at the egg, my eyes.
I believe that's still in someone's haversack or regular pack.
Regular pack. We're not talking
Regular
about any
pack.
haversacks. Right.
No, it's in
right.
my regular pack because I'm the only one who
No,
brings
it's
crap
not.
like that.
It's not in yours. I took it from you because you have the mark of a.
All right. Well, you said used my pack, so I will expect my pack back at some point.
I did not use your pack. I took it from you and put it into one of my belt pouches.
Ah, okay, never mind then. Can it still fit in there? The thing does change size.
If it changes size, we'll put it somewhere else.
I'm just throwing that out there. Anyway, sorry, go on to you.
Shove it down
When-
your pants.
When you return to the others, Garazan is animatedly complaining, "Oh my God, the city is made of bone and blood, and did I mention it tastes horrible?"
Then stop tasting it.
I assumed it was stone, like any normal city. Like if they meant living, they meant enchanted in some way, or at worst, it was a really, 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 really huge golem. But this is messed up. It's
We're
like
on
a
another-
shellfish, a big living shellfish. Shaped
We're
like
on
a city.
another plane. You should expect unusual things.
And on another note, things are
I like
probably
my sanity where it is. Thank you.
Garazan. Things are probably listening to us right now.
Yeah, this giant shellfish.
How about you stop insulting it?
Very well, giant mollusk.
Also, Lindahl, while you were up above the wall and had a few moments to actually look around, you notice that the city is definitely like the plaza is at a sort of peak of a wide rolled hill that the rest of the city is splayed out across. So the inner walls aren't taller than the others, they're just on higher ground.
As I suspected, it's a golem's boob.
God damn it.
I don't know. I think we're the boobs here.
We may or may not be.
So that gate from one district to the other is just a little ways to the west.
Yeah, let's keep walking. It's nice
Yeah,
to know
let's
that's
go.
exactly what they meant by living, though. It also means my stone sense won't work on this thing, if you're all curious. Which means that there's secret passages. Good luck finding them.
Well, if they've been worked like stone, then your stone cunning may yet assist you.
Possibly. Though I don't know why they'd work it like stone. It'd probably bitch at them. I would if I was alive and people were trying to cut me like stone. I don't care what I'm made of.
The gate does not appear to be, well, it is not apparently secured in any way. There are various guard forces just standing idly by, but they don't carry any weapons other than small short swords at their hips. There are no other armaments on them, but there are on racks, not within sight of the passage that goes through. There's little doorways into side chambers, probably where the guards keep barrack or something like that.
Yep.
No one seems to stop or question you at all as you pass through. Many other travelers are passing hither and thither down this passage, but it's plenty wide. It's wide enough that you could get 3 carts down it side by side. And it seems to go a good 80 feet through the wall before you reach the far side.
Along to the far side we go.
Pretty much, yeah.
Immediately after you emerge, you notice that there is into the light again. You notice that there is a big banner over the street in front of you that, despite the constantly shifting runes and letters, you realize reads Akarai District. If the
Oh,
If the
made it.
plaza's theme was just miscellaneous buildings tossed together wherever they could be fit and a beautiful park in the middle, Akarai's district is silk. Lots of silk. Every window has silk curtains hanging in it. Every sidewalk has these beautifully beautifully embroidered silk canopies over them, Every building has wide open doors into the shops or into the residences within that are closed only slightly by silk curtains, and everything seems to be everything that isn't the building is just ornate in every way.
Please tell me there's one that's full of gold. Please tell me there's one that's full of gold. Please tell me there's one full of gold. I need to see that before I die.
And this district seems to have a nice, clearly delineated main road that leads away from this gate that you've just come through. It seems to proceed straight down, straight north for a while, and then it forks down at the bottom, presumably to go to other gates. But about maybe a quarter mile down through Akerai District is where it splits.
Can I see the guidebook, if you don't mind? I have a question.
I am going to land on the ground and dispel my polymorph.
Through force of concentrated power of will, you return to a human form.
And his ability? Or is he still invisible?
That would also dispel his invisibility, as he was an invisible stalker.
Oh, well. Oh.
I do have a ring of invisibility, though, if I really want to be invisible.
That's why I was asking.
This just seems, this seems more like the kind of place where I'd like to walk around.
That does look very nice. I do have a question for the book, though.
I believe Shinolair still has a question that could be answered.
Yeah, but I don't want to make... if it's anyone... It's only fair, since the question mostly pertains to me, that if anyone owes a favor, it'd be me for this question. I'm not going to make her use her half of a question. You know what I mean?
Does put you in debt already, however.
Listen, I'm already as deep in debt as any being can get. I can't dig the hole any deeper. I can dig it sideways, but that's just pennies at this point. Give me the Sardine book.
Very well. She'll pass it over.
Thank you
He
kindly.
has a point.
Alright, guide.
Yes.
I noticed that the Academic District has silk up the wazoo. Two questions, really. One, does this place have any idea what gunpowder is? Not this, like the whole city. Like, do you have gunpowder here? Two, where would I find it in this city? Like, who sells it or trades for it or whatever you call it?
Well, I'd be perfectly willing to offer you those two questions are so tightly intertwined that I could charge you merely a half favor to answer that.
Deal.
Just a moment while I update my accounting.
And if you'd be so kind as to, I'm assuming they also deal in gunpowder equipment, weaponry and whatnot, just pure gunpowder, but, if you just point me towards one that works in both, it'd be appreciated. Or at least they're in the same district, you know what I mean?
According to my informants, there does appear to be a dealer in small explosives. He currently keeps his office. Check. Today is after the 5th ascension of the left-hand moon. There we go. It appears that his shop most recently landed in Mosum District.
What do you mean landed?
I am afraid that is all the information I have immediately at hand. I could find out more for you for your other half favor.
This is how they get you. You said landed very specifically, and I'm the sort of dwarf who can't fly easily. I will happily exchange that half favor to know what in the universe you meant by landed.
I shall find out for you and get back into touch with you shortly.
Alright. Morsum, right? Or Mosum?
Mosum District.
Thank you. Could you tag that on the map?
Yes, I shall provide a pointer to its location on page 3 of your guidebook.
Thank you kindly.
Do you really want to do whatever it would take to get a new gun or something?
I want to see what it is they actually have here and understand their value a little better. Because the thing is, I'm kind of expecting the license isn't going to be free, and I want to see. I want to have something else to compare values to besides a license and nothing. So if a gun, like a pistol, is worth 3 favors and a license is a favor, we'll know that a license is easy to get. If the license is 10 favors and the gun is like a favor, you get the point? It's just because I know the value of guns better than I know any other object, so I was just running with what I thought of.
He wants to figure out the exchange rate.
Essentially. I don't want to get ripped off. It was this or find gold, but I don't know if they value gold. Thing is, gunpowder and weapons specifically, like guns, they have a value and everyone can understand. Beyond any rock. Requiring skill to make and use. So, now that I have that, we may continue. The fuck you mean by landed? Do the shops around here just get up and fuck off?
Very possibly. But our more immediate problem is that wherever we get a license is in the Reich district, and your guns are in the Mosum district, and those are in opposite directions.
I'm aware. We'll just go straight to the license district, and based on what they tell us there, like if they say it's like, oh, it's just a favor, we should be fine. We won't need to compare so much. If it's more than that, we will need to compare just in case we might be getting ripped off, because they might recognize we're Outworlders, you know? Not from around here.
Oh, they know that for a fact already.
Well, yeah, but
Remember,
whether or not they're trying to rip us off is a whole nother business.
You were half asked, half just allowed to sputter when you had in the plaza, in order so that the greeter there could ascertain your origins and license you to move throughout the city.
Essentially, when you live in a society that's all barter, you have to have a really good idea of what everything is worth, especially when we're involving favors. Otherwise, you will get ripped off, and you will get ripped off frequently. Thus, my plan. It's a good plan. We may continue. So I say we go to the licensing first. Like I said, if it's just a favor for a license, then there's no trouble, everything's hunky-dory, blah, blah, blah. If it's more, then we use my information.
Most immediate problem that comes to mind is I doubt they'll let us get a license if we have outstanding favors to anyone else, since we might be leaving the city
Well,
and
the only
therefore
person
dying.
here who owes a favor is me, and I'm sure he'll come up with something, and technically she only owns a half favor, and you can't exchange that yet.
You don't know that.
Fair enough, but I'd love to see what a half favor is.
They just take the full favor and owe you another thing.
Mm-hmm.
But then he'd owe you, that's an advantage, so go on.
Depends on what these favors truly entail.
I'd imagine exchange of skills, like, you know, I
Wink,
can create
wink.
punch his hip, I guess. You know, I can craft things, and I'm sure you two can magic up something. They'll use that before they use anything else. Alright, come on.
Well, I'd rather get out of here quickly. I don't want to be indebted to anybody.
Continuing to the licenser.
Yep, licensor.
The guidebook
Following the
seems
road.
to the guidebook seems to lead you down the main road here in the Akurai district. The buildings are more orderly than they were in the plaza, and there appears to be an actual road network of sorts. Which makes sense, considering that there is a lot of bustling marketing done all over this wide plaza-esque street. There's all of these buildings are hawking all kinds of small services, and many of them seem to be very fine dining establishments as well. There's all manners of scents wafting out of the silk-wrapped doors and windows, and there's little patio setups here and there as well.
Thing is, I don't know the value of food here because I don't know how. Well, clearly they can afford fine food, so the average hunk of bread probably isn't like 5 favors, but still.
One may never find out if they do not ask.
Fair enough. I'm gonna just march up to the first one I see and ask him how much a seat would be and how much do they charge by plate or by meal.
Are the rest of you guys hungry?
No.
I could eat, but I'm asking.
Let's
for the
just
sake
continue
of-
without him then.
I'm not here to eat. I'm asking so I have a good idea of price.
You're asking questions in a society that's already shown it takes favors for questions.
You got a good point. Fuck this noise.
Think before you act.
I do. Seems like a good idea.
Fulton, that's a lost cause.
You proceed down the street, with small mutterings and arguments between yourselves, and you turn the corner at the bottom of the main road here of Akurai District, and find yourself on a road that looks like it tends straight towards the northwest corner of Akurai District.
Keep following the map, I suppose.
This road is not quite as opulent as the last one, but there's lots of activity still. Although now, as you walk past side streets, you can see that apparently things are not all quite so opulent in this district. You can see darker alleys down the various side streets and slightly dirtier parts of the city.
Alright, so they're not all incredibly well off.
You approach you come into view of another gate of much the same design and staffing as the last one.
So nobody.
Hmm?
So nobody?
Oh, there's guards, but they don't seem to be actively policing or stopping or inspecting anything.
They have
they're
uniform?
Yep. They have uniform. They're all armed with the same short swords. They come in all shapes and sizes of person.
Fair enough. Keep moving.
You pass through the tunnel and emerge into a more familiar sort of environs. The architecture here is very much like you would have seen in Freeport or any of the other human cities of the Circle C. It's almost distressingly familiar.
Oh, I get it. You get poorer the further out you go. That makes sense. Closer to the walls, closer to the monsters. Yeah, I've seen this before.
Things are more disorderly here again, as they were in the plaza, but there's still a clear street, and this time you actually do see guards on patrol. They don't seem concerned or wary, but they are walking about and being seen.
See? All the evidence is there. Alright, let's get to this office. For lack of a better term.
Start following the roads, and it begins cutting into seedier and narrower streets as the guide leads you in that direction. Of course, there's no lit line that indicates a single street. You just have to sort of try and spot landmarks and weave your way between them.
Mm-hmm.
You're noticing that there are still plenty of people on the streets going about their business, but at one point, someone who appears to be a very sickly-looking Jin sort of comes out into the road in front of you guys and interposes himself and sort of poses like a beggar and says, "Trade your pittance for a bit of food."
Aye. Hold on. I shuffle through my bags, get a bit of dwarven rations, and pass it to the fellow.
He grabs the ration. takes a small nibble, stuffs it under his shirt, and immediately drops to his knees and begins shining your boot.
Yeah, fair enough.
I'm gonna glance at Lindahl.
Very strange exchange. Very strange exchange rate.
You've all had to stop and wait for Garazan's boot cleaning to finish.
Lad. It did rest the gin. I'd be willing to give you a bit more if you're willing to do another pittance for me. We've been needing reliable directions around this part of town in exchange for, let's say, 2 more good rations. Would that be fair? For you to guide us?
Looks up somewhat terrified at you, and I was just after some food.
Aye, and I'd be willing to give you some food. We just need, you know, the safest routes, unlikely the quickest. We'd be going based on pure landmarks and some guessery. It'd be appreciated if you could guide us, because you clearly know this land, this particular district, better than us, so as long as you guide us through, I'll provide ye 2 more of what you got.
He seems to contemplate it and licks his lips, and his eyes dart around looking at the street around him before he finally gets up and breaks off 1/3 of what you gave him and tosses it back at you and runs away into an alley. And you notice that he'd only shined 1.5 of your boots.
Grab it, get it, tuck it away. Well, I learned something valuable. That feller is either so deep in debt he can't stand the idea of working his way out, or trying to.
Or you've drastically misvalued the value of a ration.
Yes.
How about we just
2
move
rations
on?
worth... 2 rations for a guide. Wouldn't that mean it's worth his time to do? Or is that... This
Find
is deeply
the
confusing.
value of a pittance to a favor.
I'd have to ask someone for that.
I
Fulton.
don't like this place.
Place is confusing is what it is.
Fulton,
Mm.
could I, please, have access to your character sheet?
Sure.
I was prepared to give the lad a fair bit of food just to know our way around, but...
You want the link in MapTools or Mumble?
Either place. Thank you.
I mean, I get being scared of, like, you know, a trickery and a trap, but 2 rations for being shown around your hometown ain't bad anywhere. If rations are worthless, it's still a snack and you've lost nothing. And if they're valuable, he's clearly hungry.
If I had
I'm
to
trying
guess,
to think it out aloud.
Yes, I know, but if I had to guess, I'd say there becomes quite a problem if you take something for a different value than it's actually worth.
I've got it. Where's the guide? The guide thing. And here. I'm
You
going
still
to,
have the
You're
guidebook.
still holding it.
I thought you took it back. I got an idea. So before I ask him, I'm going to present this idea to all of you. What if we ask him, and yes, I know this is asking, for a list of values? Like how much a favor will get you for this? Like how much is a ration worth? Like if we know how much a ration is worth, we can base it off that, or we can use some other object. Like if we know for sure how much a ration is worth, like how many favors, or how much of a favor, or a pittance, or whatever, we can go off that. As long as we have something, I was hoping to use the guns for this.
I
But
don't think
judging
it
from that
matters.
guy-
We need a license. We'll have to do whatever it takes to get the license. It doesn't really matter what the exchange rate is.
It's pissing me off. This is completely disorganized to the point where even I'm getting an itch. As dwarves go, I don't care.
Just stop making reasons to stop moving and let's get there.
Fine.
He does have a valuable point, however. We do need to understand this place if we're going to work in it, even to leave.
Yeah, we'll just get taken advantage of at every single turn otherwise. They'll just say, oh, it takes 900 years of work in order to leave the goddamn city, and what the fuck will we be able to argue it?
You guys begin gathering yourselves to continue down the street. When you hear a little sort of tittering or giggling nearby, you lot turn, and on top of a low building, there seems to be a small. I don't know. You thought it was a decorative gargoyle at first, but it's standing on top of a small building, laughing to itself. It holds up something and then disappears over the lip of the building. Fulton, you recognize your incense of meditation in its hands.
Lovely.
You want to go hunt it down?
How did he manage that without anyone noticing?
Really good
best-
stealth check.
Best perception was Lindahl's at 35.
I mean, I have a plus 26. I must have just rolled crap. I can totally roll crap.
Yeah, but even if I
Debating
didn't
whether it's
notice
worth
him,
it.
even if I didn't notice somebody stealing stuff, I should have noticed them coming up on us. I think I have tremor sense. Somebody has tremor sense.
No one does, I don't think. I don't. I wasn't able to get it.
Yes, a 2-foot tall flying gargoyle.
Oh, okay.
With most likely a good stealth check, so. You probably just stealth checked, we all flubbed, sleight of hand or whatever it is they use now, and off he goes.
Yeah, the closest one that could have noticed that way would be, a locker rock with blind sense. So.
Oh, he has blind sense as well?
Yes.
Okay, roll me a perception for him, please.
A locker rock versus this little midget.
If his will be an echolocation or something like that, a sensory-based one, right? Not a soul sense?
Yeah, I don't think it's anything more fancy than that, yeah.
Yeah, because Fulton's soul sense would not have spotted a construct. There we go. 25. Nope.
I'm just gonna check and make sure none of my stuff's missing.
Okay.
Checking that, and it's probably not actually worth it to chase that thing down.
You all check yourselves over briefly, and it appears that everything else is in order.
Including the egg?
Including the egg, and including other things in your haversack that he could have rolled for, like the Greater Rod of Extend spell.
That would have been worse to lose. I'm okay with losing the incense of meditation.
Yep.
Like, it's not worth chasing down something like that.
So being a thieving little dipshit is apparently both not illegal and doesn't instantly cause the city to eat you. Isn't that a nice thing to know?
Doesn't mean it's not illegal.
Well, it's probably as illegal as it
means
gets.
it's not
It just
the
means
city's.
there's no way to enforce it. With the city doesn't make it it doesn't eat you.
The city most
doesn't
likely
care.
protects itself, not the inhabitants.
So far, you haven't seen the city do anything to protect itself, including when you were chipping away at the wall a little bit, but you were told that you should try and be civil.
Perfectly civil to the mosque.
Alright, well, Fulton's gonna keep a hand on his haversack now.
Hey, at this point, I'm guarding my shit.
Keep it in front of him instead of on his back.
You all begin more circumspectly navigating the city.
I don't think I have anything else that like be hanging off of me that could be grabbed. Without being noticed, anyway.
Yeah, the only other stuff that you're really wearing out in the open is stuff that is heavy enough you would notice its sudden disappearance, like your sword.
Yeah, or for example, is under my helmet.
Yes.
Alright then.
I suppose a really nimble thief could try and take like a ring off his finger or something.
I think the DC for that is like 50.
If we're being stolen from someone with that high of a skill level, he could just kill us and take our stuff at that point.
You make your way as directed, and finally you reach the what is clearly the building in question. It stands well separated from all of the other buildings that have simply been erected in this area, and it is of a completely different form of architecture. It's all gentle curving buttresses and stonework that seems to float in the air instead of actually resting against the building it supports. It's a very delicate structure. There are great doors on all four sides of it.
Guess we just march inside and demand entry.
Yeah, pretty much.
Right then. Fulton, you go first.
Fulton will go first.
You're the handsomest when your helmet is on.
I will follow behind Fulton.
I'll take third.
Since I am the handsomest.
You all proceed into the building. There's an open foyer that seems to fill the entire interior of the building. It's not that large, maybe 50 feet on a side. And there is a desk in the middle, big circular desk that has three or four figures, all clearly not themselves demonic, but they definitely have some horns in their ancestry.
Why does this not surprise me in any way, shape, or form?
Tieflings, get them.
Yeah, of course they're going to have devils working the frickin', favor management licensing district. God, son of a... Don't sign anything.
Says the guy who's already given away a favor.
I wouldn't call it giving away.
And
it gives
his
information
soul,
I need.
basically.
Shut up. I didn't sign anything. Fine, I'll bloody well approach. I'm already screwed anyway. Oi! I wander over to the closest one.
He walks around the inside periphery of the desk and looks at you. And what can the city do for you?
Let us out for one. We need to get outside the city district. We are told we need a license to do that.
You wish to leave the city?
Aye.
May I see your paperwork?
Aye. Then I present him my paperwork specifically.
He takes it, begins looking it over. This all appears to be in order. You've arrived. You have not yet conducted any business of note. Is there a reason you wish to leave?
We're on something of a clock. Got a mission to do. Planer business. That sort of his thing.
Oh, you're passing through.
Aye.
Ah. Just a moment. He takes your paperwork, turns away, and walks over to another section of the desk where he seems to take a book out from under it, flip through it, calls over one of his colleagues. They both flip through it together, tap at a particular passage. They both nod to each other. The one who was talking to you shrugs, closes the book, wanders back over your way.
Bureaucracy in action.
I am afraid that the city does not agree yet. You have not been of benefit to the city yet, and so you cannot be permitted to leave until you have.
If I'm a big enough detriment, will it shove me out on its own?
In fewer words than that.
I'm a benefit by not being a detriment, says I. So what you're telling me is that it won't let us leave until we do something for it.
Us?
Listen, you're not part of a giant mollusk unless you're illusions, so I don't believe that us at all.
Oh, these other people who came in with you,
Yeah,
they are
Fulton
with...
steps forward.
Ah, yes. Yes, okay, that explains addendum 43C here. Very well. It's the book again, flips through. Taps another passage, sighs heavily, closes it again. The good news is that that a communal debt, such as held by yourselves, is easier to work off. He hands you back your paperwork. Very
Debt
well.
for what?
Well, the city saved you.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me. It didn't...
Saved us.
According to the Akashic records, you were on course. You were on a planar transit on course for there we go, the borders of the positive energy plane, and the city saw fit to snatch you from your course and put you on a less dangerous one.
And now we owe it.
We were trying to get there.
We
The city
would-
has screwed us.
Son, it owes us!
The records say that the city is intending to pass you along to your true destination just as soon as it receives payment for its act of community
Charity.
service. Yes, charity.
Yeah, I totally
it
believe
says
that. What does it
here-
want?
It says here that by doing so, it has managed to divest itself of a significant barter that it had made with a Pharasma.
Pharasma.
Any of you know that name?
Yes.
Next to his fellows. I'm afraid I'm
Surprised
not
you
up to
lot.
date on current events, so there it be.
Current event.
Garazin.
I thought I stuck my head in a roll. Yeah.
Don't worry about it. Would the city have something in particular in mind it needs done, or is it up to us to find out?
If it's up to
I-
us, I'm gonna cook it burgers.
the city would be willing to offer you certain services, but I am afraid that the most valuable favors that you can give the city is to help its citizens.
I just slump.
I hate this place.
I'm in this boat now. I'm fine with charity, but enforced charity's pushing a limit.
Technically not charity, favors return, get things in return.
Yeah, but this is like owing the king money, and the king's like, well, you better get outside and start serving up some, soup to the poor or something. Enforced charity.
Regardless, what would it consider as
Sufficient.
payment? Yes, sufficient payment in this regard.
How many people we need to help?
Let's see here. The city has given you a its rescue of you amounts to a total of 1 trade, which at the current market rate is carry the 5. 50 favors that must be worked for or traded with a member of the citizenry, or
Oh, Lord, shoot me now.
Shh.
or if you can manage to collect 1 contract at the standard trading rate of 10 trades to the contract from any of the more stubborn members of our community, then the city is willing to grant you your trade as bounty for collecting that contract.
Let's do that.
Hold. What defines as a citizen?
Any sole or dependent entity living within the walls.
Do we count?
You most certainly do.
How many pittance would that be?
The standard going rate is 20 pittances to the favor.
Yes, you understand the problem now, Goraza, of what you tried to do.
Not really, no.
We were given directions as a half favor.
That would
Well,
be
now I know the monetary system
10
they have. It's just
rations.
bullshit, that's all.
Who would be the more troublesome members of your community?
I can provide you a list, so long as you take the oath before the city.
The oath?
Well, yes, the oath to serve directly for the city's influence. It's merely a formality. It has zero cost. You simply must stand before the city and give the oath.
I'm getting ready to just fight my way out of this place.
I might as well dig that hole wider, because that's about as best I can do at this point. I'll take the stupid oath. Does everyone need to take the oath, or just me?
I'm afraid I needed it from the collective entity that is U5.
So me.
Oh, sorry, one of you's a dependent entity. U4.
I guess all four of us have to, lads. I'm willing to, because I'm screwed anyway, so...
Oh, any one of you can represent it, unless you'd rather stand before the city together.
What are these specifics of the oath?
I have it written here so that you can rehearse it. Just a moment. He pulls out a piece of paper, jots down a couple lines of language, and breathes a sort of licking flame over it, and the text begins dancing between glyphs like many of the signs you've seen, so that it can be understood by anyone, and hands that over to Shinalar. Yellow.
Hi.
Hi.
Green?
Yes, he
Deep
wrote.
white potato. Are you going to read it or what?
He writes a couple lines of text on the paper, imbues it so that it dances like all the signs you've seen, so it can be understood by anyone, and hands it to Shinalar.
All right.
Shinalar expectantly.
Well, I'm sorry. I was expecting something to read.
What?
You take the piece of paper, look at it cockeyed until you make out what the text is supposed to say, and it simply reads...
The hell is the will?
I assume the will of the city.
At least it's short.
And horribly vague.
I'll make the oath as, representative of the group, and when it fucks up, it can just screw me, but it has to get in line first.
It won't just screw you, it will screw the group as you are representative of the group.
Yeah, but the worst of it'll fall on my head, is the idea.
Yeah, that's not how this works. I say we just
Do
fight our
all
way out
want
of
to
here.
stand in front of it and say, hey? Also, Zordon's calling.
I say we make our way to the old breach and fight our way out.
I don't know if I can take on a mollusk this big.
I would consider that the last resort. I'm not sure we're there yet.
We should at least try. If this city barters with Pharasma...
I am not taking any oath to this city.
Question. We all collectively owe a trade, yes?
Yes, the group entity.
Yes, okay. If I make the oath and work towards it and get this trade, I can pay for everyone without anyone else making the oath. However, they cannot do the same job I'm doing.
It is taken as if you act in good faith, then you can act in the name of your co-signers. Yes.
Okay, so if I sign on, if Lindahl doesn't sign on, you won't have to interact or owe anything. All right, but you can't help either. You can't, like, if the job is go stab the thing, you can't help us stab it.
The entire debt will rest on your head. Yes.
Yes, I'm basically taking the debt and plunking it on my shoulders to pay.
That
Yes,
sounds
yes.
like a bad plan.
You
Well,
will then,
you don't clearly want to sign on.
You will by the law of aggregation, you will then owe the city 1.1 trades.
I'm willing to do it. I mean, again, wider hole. I'd like it if the rest of you would help, but...
Why did the trade increase?
Oh, I owe 1.1, remember? I owe a favor. That's 0.1 of a trade.
Yeah.
5 favors is 0.1 of a trade.
Pardon them.
20 pittances, 50 favors, at
10 trade,
0.1
1
contracts is 1 trade.
Right, yeah, I have it all. I got it written down. Thankfully. Gorson literally writes it down, and I literally wrote it down just to be absolutely sure. Right. I'd like it if my comrades would also work with me towards getting this thing fulfilled, but if no one else is willing to make an oath to the city, I sodding will so I can pay it off.
Says the chaotic character.
Says the good character.
He lifts a portion of the desk and gestures you into the ring of desk.
I fucking hate being in debt, and I fucking hate being pinned down to anything, but I'm also a good person, and this is the only option that's... I'm putting your burdens on my shoulders, damn it.
I never asked you to.
Hold on.
As I
Walgras
said,
is doing that.
As I said, you do not need to pay the debt back directly to the city. You could simply, if you have simply worked your worth among its citizens, I have it on records you have already worked off. You've already performed 1.5 favors for citizens of the city.
And we would just need 50 in total.
Yes.
To get 1 favor. Yes.
No,
To
50
leave.
favors to a trade, and then we leave.
Yes, a total of 50 favors owed or traded is sufficient as service to the city.
Where's the poorest section of the city?
Toseno district?
Okay.
Told you. Well, someone still needs to make the sodding oath, and since no one here
No,
is
that
willing
No,
was
to...
we
his
do
point.
not.
That the oath is only if you wish to serve the city directly.
And we can pay it off without...
Yes,
Serving-
that was the point he was making.
Okay.
Oh, thank goodness.
I
I thought
have
the
a-
only way to possibly pay... Oh, I nearly had a heart attack.
Okay, everybody, huddle over here. I have a plan.
Alright, Otto. You do realize the city can probably hear us, right?
The magnificent mansion creates enough food every time I cast it to feed dozens of people.
Ah, I see what you're doing.
Is the food actual food?
We've been
Oh
eating it.
yeah, I have dumped it out of the mansion before. My servants can't leave, but the food can.
And it's not conjured food that simply makes you feel as though you're full.
Fulton, you can know quite well that Magnificent Mansion basically just folds into itself the effects of a small demiplane and a what's it called, a feast or a hero's feast into the same spell.
It's real food. We've eaten it. That's good work. That'd pay off our debt. I mean, yeah, I gotta roll that. It's better than having to swear an oath to anybody.
Yeah, so the place is furnished with with enough food to serve a 9-course banquet to 12 people per caster level.
That's a lot of sodding food. The only danger there is the value of food going down after a bit. But at that point, it won't matter. We'll have more than enough favors or whatever.
Your current caster level is 17 or 18?
18.
Let's see here. 18 times 12 times 9 courses. Okay.
I say we just give a 9-course banquet. I say we
sell a 9-course banquet.
Yeah, we go to the poorest area of the city.
Offer a 9-course banquet in exchange for a certain number of favor.
Yep.
Problem is, we don't know how much. Well, then again, we'll be selling really nice food in a place they probably don't have nice food, so we can
It's
probably
free,
charge.
and I can do it every day.
Yeah, we can charge whatever we want, can't we? All right, yeah.
And
yeah.
we don't have to collect on the favors from people. We just give it out and have it work towards our total.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we can put up a sign that says we just want to get out of debt with the goddamn city. We don't actually expect you to, do anything for us.
Hooray for breaking the system.
Yeah, that'll do it.
That being said, it seems to have counted the favors that we owe as well. It might be want full exchanges.
Mm-mm. Well, let's at least try to work off what we have and see what happens. I guess let's see if this works or if the local mafia comes in and tries to break our thumbs.
The city itself may object.
There's that too, but then again, what does it care about the parasites that live on it?
The city's going to object to us feeding the poor?
Good point.
No one ever said the city was good.
Equally good point.
Well, let's go try this.
Yeah, I say I'm on board. Fully on board.
For good measurement, Shinoler will turn back to the officials. Which are the members of your society that you would want us to also... You mentioned some troublesome members we could work for as well.
I think he means like bounties, and then we have to work for the city for that, right?
Yes, that is a bounty of a contract that is owed to the city by someone who has not been working towards repayment.
Debt collectors.
Yes, collect that 10 trade worth of debt, and 1 trade will be assessed to you, permitting your freedom.
I see. If we change our minds, we'll come back.
Anytime. All of the city's ministries are freely accessible to the public.
Well, I'm all for killing random people, but like out of character,
He
I'm all
says
for
in
killing
front of
random
Fulton.
people.
I'm all for killing random people.
Sword drawn.
The problem is that these are people who probably just got drawn in like we did and didn't want to pay back the thing, and now the city wants to kill them. So
Also, fuck the oath.
don't think you guys want to do that.
Let's just get moving.
Yeah, let's try that feed the poor plan. I like the feed the poor plan. Everyone
Yes,
benefits, no one loses.
I'm working up a new floor plan in my mind for the mansion, so we can seat everybody in there.
I mean, just a big room with a big ass table.
Yeah, probably. Move my research table down to the basement in a locked area. Okay.
So here's the thing we should do. Do some mental arithmetic, huh? If a ration was a pittance...
This food's a lot better than a ration, so...
Yes, I know. So what is it comparatively?
Well, it's a dwarven ration, and it was... Let's see.
So it's
Dwarven.
gravel.
Well, we're gonna feed.
I
Well,
want
we're
to
gonna.
kick you right in the shins. It is tasty pork and some hardtack.
And it's gravel.
Shut up.
No, it's grab all, so you don't throw up.
I hate you all. If I had to guess, I'm going to say 10 pittance for a really nice, course. Like, for 1 course of his huge-ass meal plan, that's 10 pittance. For, the whole 9 course, I'm willing to say it's worth a favor, straight up. The whole
It
9
probably
course.
depends how much good it does
20
for the
pittance
person.
to a favor, remember?
Yeah, again, we're talking, these rations I have for dwarves are like 5 copper for a day's worth of ration, and we're talking a 9-course meal, like a really good one.
Also, this is free and I can do it every day, and we're not really on a tight time schedule, so we can just do this every day until we
don't
pay it
know
off.
that.
We could be on a time schedule, but we don't know for
Has
sure.
anyone checked the transit gem in the last hour?
Good point.
Someone check.
It appears to not have changed at all. It is still stuck at halfway charged.
That would be the city's influence.
Have you tried picking it up, turning it upside down, and tapping the bottom?
Well, in any case, we should get
it remains
moving.
spherical and identical in appearance from all angles.
Also, as a reminder, we
Damn
could head
spheres!
You'll remind, yes?
There was that place Garazin specifically asked about the location of. You know, the gunpowder salesman.
Yes.
What about him?
There is Agajela's small explosives in Mosum district.
Just another place that we know where it is, basically.
I was going to swing by there depending on how this whole food thing panned out.
Cut into Tseno and use that to get the Mosum as we're giving food out along the way.
That's a good idea.
That won't work. We're pretty much going to have to invite people in. It's too much food to transport.
By hand, anyway.
Ah, so I see what you mean. You have to set up shop, essentially, with your mansion.
Yeah.
We still can swing by Mosum and head straight to Toronzo from there, because Toronzo's big enough to where half the Saudian city can reach it. Just to see.
Yeah, we're talking 1,944 dishes of food.
Yeah, well, we'll be able to pay off anything we need. So let's head to the gun shop so I can get a little more, field ball and idea how much a gun is worth. Compare that to the ration, and maybe we'll have a better idea how much our mansion might be worth, and at least not have to spend a couple weeks here, in case it's not worth very much. For some strange reason. No objections?
Well, why don't we split up? I'll go up and find a place to set up, and you guys can meet me.
Fair enough, but take Fulton with you. You need at least someone with physical capabilities in case there's some sort of, a mafia out there, for all I know. Obviously, thieves exist, so other kinds of crime can clearly exist.
Shinolar sadly doesn't seem so thrilled with this idea. She's alone with Garazin.
Not going to kill you.
Garazin can go alone if you want.
Sure, I suppose, but it's smarter to go in groups of 2. I don't want to send both casters off, because that's just asking for it.
Technically, you are.
I think you guys did try all of the possible pairings back in Haragath, and I don't think any of them worked optimally.
No, because we're a bit odd.
Well, let's put it this way. If I go with she's going to summon stuff to fight, and then I have to shoot around it or shoot through it, and that's a problem. I need to go there. See, me and Linda will make an okay team, but we're going different directions. So I either have to take Fulton and hope you guys don't run into an anti-magic monster, or go with she. It's one or the other. Do you want to risk all of our arcane magic in one pile?
Well, you guys can work that up. I'm going to start walking towards the Descent district.
Let's just do a 4-way split.
Yeah, fuck it. Let's all just get ambushed separately.
Fulton's just going to follow Lindahl, mostly because he is just going to solve the issue by not having someone go off alone.
Alright. Lindahl starts striding towards the door. Fulton looks between the two groups, shrugs, and starts following Lindahl.
I shrug and start exiting with the idea to go to the small explosives.
Shinolar sighs and follows the racist dwarf.
If I was racist, then I'd object to you going with me.
That's just the dwarf.
Yeah, just the dwarf. So
Garazin doesn't care about purple people.
Not even a little.
Yes, he doesn't care about the half of her that he thinks is abysmal.
Garazin, you leave the bureau office and look at your guidebook. And notice that the directions were only accurate for where you were when you asked for the directions. There's a line that leads you into the plaza, and a line that leads from the entrance of Akurei District to Mosum District, but there's no nice direct line from where you are now to the location in Mosum District.
Wait, how are we supposed to find each other if we split up?
That question was already skipped over, and you guys are now on opposite sides of the building, walking in opposite directions.
I can always go there later. I'm gonna go run and catch up with them because that's something we shouldn't have skipped over.
We have magic.
Shelenar still
some
has
of it
that
we can't
status thing,
use.
doesn't she?
I still have status on everyone.
Yes.
I still don't want to be lost without you lot, and I don't want you lot lost without me. I'd rather put it off for a while and deal with it later.
I'm sure Shinolar has sending on her spell list.
Mhm.
Stop encouraging me to split the party. I'm sticking with my friends.
I have sending,
handle
discern
this.
location.
Friends is overstating it a bit.
Status lasts an
Honestly,
hour per level.
when it comes to finding people, I'm not bad at it.
There's no way to get to each other quickly if we do get in trouble.
Yes, but I don't think anyone else is interested in going to the gun shop just to find out what the guns cost.
Which is why I'm going with the majority of the group at this stage. I can go there later and not,
All right.
separated.
Gladly.
If there's
Runs
no way,
realizes his terrible error and runs
Well, with
around
no
the
way
other
to
side of the
teleport
building
to
to
one
catch
another.
up with Fulton and Lindahl.
even if we can communicate, there's no way to get to each other quickly. And we don't know the city well enough to move through it with any degree of success. So fuck it. If you're all not willing to go the long route, we'll just go straight there and sell food. And hope our pricing's alright.
Just
Okay.
make it a plate of food per pittance.
Yeah, it works for me. That's 9 plates for each person, so.
So
Okay.
9 pittance for the full meal, 1 pittance for just a plate.
Yep.
Sounds
So-
about right.
How are you making your way to Toseno District?
With our feet.
Pretty much, yeah.
You might be able to get away with charging a pittance for eating inside.
Yeah, well, I could argue, yeah, they do get to go inside. It's a nice place.
Okay, so we can get 10 from each person if they eat the full meal.
Yeah, and 2 for plate.
Though I doubt they will.
Well, 2 for plate if you want to eat inside. 1 if you just want to have the food and fudge off. That sounds fair. Yeah, that works.
On your general overview map of the city, there are no indications of where the gates between districts are. So you could find your way without problem to simply the perimeter wall around Rag District, and start walking along it looking for a gate.
That seems like the thing to do.
Okay.
Yeah.
You reach the perimeter wall of Rag District, and like the others, there's no buildings within a range of it. The wall is kept clear, and the ground around it even cleaner. There's no sign of any gate to the east or west from where you are.
If I had to guess, it'd be
It
east.
is quite a curve, however. At this wall, the city is a full mile in diameter.
I have a way head east. Seems sensible to me. But it's just the closest one to an intersection I think we could get to. Where it might lead us north.
Yeah, let's just follow the wall to the east. Or to the west, sorry.
To the west?
Now we're walking east, so
This way, no, that way.
This is why I'm not
pick a direction,
getting
walk.
involved.
Does anyone have a D2?
I walk to the west.
She will just start following him.
Yep.
Okay, I'll follow.
Alright. The team unanimously decides to bicker and begins circling the wall to the west. And they finally reach a gate into the wall.
Something told you should head east.
But this gate is actively... They're allowing people through, but the guards here are actually stopping people and checking their paperwork and their any cargoes they happen to have as they pass through. There's a much stronger force here too. It looks like about 30 guards total monitoring the traffic going each way.
Well, Schindler will just walk ahead, take out her papers.
Yeah, keep a close eye on those papers.
A guard who has distinctly Agathian features about him takes your paper, looks it over, checks both sides, licks the corner, seems satisfied with the result of that, rolls it back up, hands it back to you, gestures you to move on.
And so she does.
Fulton will follow, and, hold out his papers for examination.
I better get my paper back from who is holding it.
He gives the paper the same series of examinations, rolls it up, hands it back to you, gestures you along.
Uh-oh.
Hmm?
Lendl, you're gonna need to turn back into what you were before.
It's fine, just give me the paper.
Here, good luck. He's not an invisible stalker anymore. That thing's written for an invisible stalker.
I was never really an invisible stalker.
But that's
It
what he
wrote
wrote
you down
down.
as one.
And takes the paper, looks it over, both sides, licks the corner, and seems perplexed. Looks at you. Sir, have you gotten your documentation mixed up with someone else's?
No, I can polymorph. I was an invisible stalker when I arrived.
I'm afraid for the security of the city, I shall have to ask you to resume that form.
Fine.
I told you.
Whee!
He watches you shrink, licks the corner of the paper again, makes a face, but after a few seconds nods, rolls it up, and hands you this large scroll of paper that's now taller than you are.
I'll walk around with it just because I like the imagery.
Okay. A small bouncing paper scroll flying about.
I like the imagery too. I wander over, present my papers, and grunt something along the lines of shapeshifters. Am I right? Shapeshifters. Am I right?
He shrugs, gives it the same battery of tests. But this time he stops, looks at it. Let's see here. Hold on just a moment, sir. Then he steps into a side room with your paperwork still in hand.
Uh-oh, he's gonna need to check your butt for explosives.
Well, I guess we'll just
He's
leave
not
him
going to
behind.
find any there.
Bye, Grozin.
You're
Everyone
going
else
to
just
wait for
leaves.
me.
He comes back out. He has another piece of paper. Let's see here. The city has it on record that you owe a full favor to the guidebook master.
Aye.
I am afraid his influence ends at this gate, sir. You're not allowed to pass until you work off that debt.
What do you mean his influence? And so this guidebook won't work in there?
No. His influence ends at the Reich and Mosem walls. You are not allowed to pass beyond them until you work off that debt.
I just blink at him. I'm not sure I understand. So he can't collect a debt if I'm outside this wall?
Yes, and for that reason, the city will not permit you to exit.
Why can't he collect a debt if I'm outside this particular wall? I get it if I was outside the city, but what's
He's
on the
only
other side of that
granted-
wall?
He's only granted license over these 5 districts.
Ah,
He hands you both pieces of paper. I'm afraid I shall have to ask you to turn back, sir.
Yeah,
Well,
hold on one moment.
Well, that seems like a Garazan problem. I'm going to continue into the district.
I'm starting to really hate you.
Starting. This is what, session 139? You guys have been hating on each other since session 102.
Yeah, but like really hate. If this was you, I'd wait for you, you fuck. Anyway. Actually, I have a contact to him straight up. So, I'll just look at the guidebook and ask him, I guess. Hey! I owe a favor,
Yes?
and I need to get into a, outside district, Torrenzo. And I can't,
And you
Yeah.
need some work to pass beyond to Ticeno, do you?
or at least something to get rid of the favor I owe. Sure, yeah.
Certainly. As a matter of fact, I have the information you asked for earlier available.
Good.
Agagela's small explosives his building tends to spontaneously hop from place to place whenever the refining process in the basement does not go as intended. After the first few times, they simply decided to accept the pattern as it was going and reinforce the building so that it could withstand this properly. So now the building simply is not rooted to the ground, that it might land and continue to do business no matter what mishaps may prevail.
You're telling me this guy explodes his own basement, causing his entire shop to go flying and land somewhere else?
I believe that is what I said.
Holy shit, and I thought I took my job seriously. Okay, yeah, so I need that paid off.
Very well then. I do have some work lined up for you. Let's see here. 1 favor owed. Perfect. You will find on page 4 of your guidebook directions to a house not too far away from you, where I need you to convince someone to repay me another favor of the same sort.
Am I allowed to use my gun?
You will find lethal options to be suboptimal within the city walls.
So non-lethal is okay?
I don't see why not.
Does that include, like, knocking him out?
All you need to acquire from him is a promise that he shall repay me his owed favors.
Fair enough. Where is he? I check the map.
A small glowing mark appears there with a line leading to it.
Alright, I'm gonna go handle this. You lot carry on and see if you can set up shop. I'll find you through some method or another. I wave at my allies to get on with it as I march off.
I'm sure nothing bad will come of this.
If he's wanting to go off alone.
Well, none of you are gonna wait for me, so I just decided
Hey guys,
to say,
wait
fuck
up
it.
for me. No, wait, I don't want to get split up. Hey guys, I'm fucking off. See you later.
Well, at this point, I've realized my allies don't actually care about me in any way, shape, or form, so fuck it.
You may as well put down roots, eh?
At this point. They clearly don't appreciate anything I try to do, and at best they put up with me. So, yeah.
So you lot, looking back down the tunnel, notice that Garazin gets turned away, and after some discussion, he huffs, talks to the guidebook for a minute, and then waves, "Hey guys, I'll catch up," and walks back off into the streets of Reich District.
On the one hand, Fulton doesn't like Grozin being on his own. On the other, if Grozin dies, we're not in debt to a fucking...
And this is why I'm going off on my own. No one gives a fuck.
You are in debt like one of the worst things you could possibly be indebted to.
Because it was someone else.
Yes, I know. I know, but you still are.
If anything, you owe me, but
If
whatever.
you die, it's a net positive.
Because, I'm the only good character here, and fuck you, by the way.
That's not Fulton's opinion. That's mine. If you die, it's a net positive.
Yes, I know. Out of character, net positive. In character, you better lose a point of good for this. I swear
In
to
character,
God.
Fulton's not sure, but he knows Grozin can handle himself. Mostly because Grozin will shoot anyone that tries to do something Grozin doesn't like.
On the flip side, Schindler's seen what happens when Grozin's on his own. She's gonna turn around.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Huh. Gorazin is flabbergasted.
Well, she has to get through the gate again and all that, but assuming they have no problems.
You get an odd look from one of the guards, but then he notices that you're moving to catch up with Grozin and shrugs and figures you must have been together. And
Well, I'm assuming Lindahl's still moving forward, so I'll make sure that we're at least split equally.
right.
Oh look, we're doing what we originally planned to do.
I totally did not plan this all along. No, seriously, I didn't.
Looks to she like, did you missing something? I don't have the egg.
Well, I guess I'm going to sit on Fulton's shoulder then.
Like you said before, we shouldn't be alone.
On Fulton's left shoulder.
Looks you up and down. I suppose you're right. I didn't... I mean, out of everyone... I mean, you...
Grozin stammers his way
Thank
through an
you
apology.
for caring about me. And he stomps off.
And then Chandelier leaves because Grozin was rude.
I said thank you. Fuck you.
You stomped off.
That's
Yeah, because I
polite
couldn't
for
think of anything else
dwarf.
to say. It's extremely polite for a dwarf.
Ha.
Meanwhile, on the other side of the passage, the gate splits and emerges and seems to emerge into the corners of both Kragrama and Toseno districts. You seem to emerge in a bit of parkland. It's very nicely manicured and all green and all quite pretty and all that, but it ends abruptly at the edge of the park, where you emerge into fairly recognizable slums of every form of architecture, including here and there a building that, well, you call it a building only because it's standing among other buildings, but it looks more like a piece of natural geography from the abyss, not an actual building built by non-demonic people.
Okay, Fulton, let's find a place to set up shop.
It is at this moment the sky suddenly turns pitch black without any warning whatsoever.
I guess it's nighttime.
After a few seconds of everyone wondering what the hell just happened, your eyes begin to adjust and you can see stars in the sky.
It is now nighttime.
Like someone flipped the goddamn switch. Someone probably did.
Clearly, time does actually happen here.
The stars are actually angels.
On fire, being killed by demons.
Okay, let's see here. Which of these is better to handle first? Fulton and Lindahl.
Hello.
You get stabbed by hobos.
They can try
It'll
and
be the
stab
first
me.
time.
Oh, now I'd have to at least roll a d20 to determine that.
Yeah, they can try it. It'll give them a dazing touch of slime.
You can
They're-
see
They're hobos. They have worse. Sorry, I had to get that in there.
you can see the this destitute district spreads between every wall in this region that curves away from you to the north. It all looks like the same grade of just completely unmitigated poverty.
Okay, we need to find a place where I can cast my mansion, and we can put up a sign.
And we'll actually notice it.
So, like, maybe some sort of openish plaza on something that resembles a main road or something?
Yeah,
Something like that.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right. You want to just randomly wander till you find one, or ask around for where people might congregate?
Asking is bad.
Yeah, we'll just try to find a place that looks good.
I find it funny, actually, now that I think about it, that the two people who have given favors have gone together, and the two people who haven't have gone off together.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll dress Fulton up as a giant cheeseburger and have him draw in customers.
Yeah,
No.
I'm all on this plan. I'm 1,000%
Nope.
on this
Yep.
plan. You have to.
Nope.
Someone has to draw on the customers,
3
guy.
to
You're
1.
there. I'm too short, even if I was there. You have to be the one.
You're 3 to 1. I have the vote of a deity on my side.
Yeah,
Well, to be fair, I'm pretty sure your deity's voting with us.
I'm pretty sure my deity's voting with get the hell out of there and get back to what you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah,
Come
the
on.
fastest way to do that is
Yeah,
to dress up in a Burger King uniform and get customers.
No.
Come
Yes.
on down to Yomade Burger.
Yeah, you call it that too. She'd be 100% behind it and get us out faster.
Our meals have an extra serving of justice.
Yes, do this. Why aren't you doing this? The chances to do this are so few and far between.
All right, it'll take you guys a little while to scare up a suitable site. Garazan and Shinalar, you begin following the path that the guidebook offers, which seems a bit more circuitous than the last few. But you eventually find your way to a pretty nondescript set of housing. Like it seems like maybe someone came along and built a whole spread of housing all in the same style, and then parceled it off for other people to live in, because you still see people of all descriptions living around here. There's some old ladies sitting on a porch, just quietly knitting. And what's even weirder is that they appear to be human twins, so sitting there knitting. But that's across the street from the building that you. Now that you've gotten closer, the guide map changed a bit, and it includes a house number, and you find that house number.
Lovely. Is there a door to knock or a doorbell to ring?
There is a door to knock. There
Thud,
is
thud.
It appears to be a two-story row house.
Thud, thud.
You hear no motion within.
I knock once more and shout out. Actually, what the hell am I going to tell him? There's no title for this. Ode Thug? That doesn't sound right. No, I got it. Knock, knock, knock. Guests.
You knock twice and shout, "Guests!" Is that all?
Oh, if no one answers, I'm shooting the blasted door down.
You knock and you don't hear any motion within.
Out comes the dragon pistol.
Shino's going to try just opening the door.
The handle turns and door opens under your touch.
Who doesn't keep their door locked?
Someone who doesn't live there anymore.
Can you do that here? Yeah, I guess. I mean, I enter.
You step inside. The building, it's definitely not abandoned, but it's not heavily lived in. There's very little furniture, but there's no layer of dust over the place.
Ah, cool. That means you get to do the dark side thing. I'm gonna go sit in his couch. And when he comes home, I'll just like slowly turn to him. If you don't get that reference, you suck.
Anton Garazin.
No. There's this comic where Darkseid, like the villain from Superman,
yes,
sits on a
his
couch. Yes, I'm gonna
Truly
do that.
evil.
Well,
Batman
he
killed him,
lives
he was
here,
sitting
and
on
he's
a
not here
couch.
now. He'll be here eventually. I guess I can ask the old ladies. Yeah, I'll try that.
How large of a building is this?
Two-story?
It's a small. It looks like from the sitting room that you're now standing in. There's a kitchen beside, and it appears to have 2 bedrooms upstairs.
Schindler will go check upstairs.
Alright, I'm gonna go talk to the old lady, see if he left or something. Or she, or it.
Garazin, you cross the street to the 2 old ladies who sit there in rocking chairs, just quietly knitting.
Hey.
They both look up at you in creepy unison.
You two see a fella leave that house, and I point out the one I was just in. Besides me. Or a girl, or a being.
They look to each other and chatter back and forth in some language you don't recognize.
I grumble in Dwarvish. Of course.
They turn back and look at you expectantly.
I speak exactly one language, ladies. The other one you don't want to talk about. Well, that's not true. I try Undercommon. It's essentially the same thing. Did you see anyone go through?
They look at each other, mutter, discuss, and turn back to you, and they both speak simultaneously. Oh, he should be home. In Undercommon.
Thank you kindly. I offer them a bow. March, 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 march. Go back in.
Shinalar.
Mm-hmm.
You ascend to the top of the stairs, open one bedroom door, and see that there is a bed there. It's not made, and it's recently used. But the room is otherwise empty. The other room, you open the door, and, well, pardon, you try to open the door. It opens about an inch, and then hits something.
Hello?
What you want?
Quick out of character. Would have Gorazon at least told her what's going on or just walked there grumbling in silence?
If she asked, yes. If she didn't ask, he'd at least explain he has to collect a debt from someone. And if asked, no, he doesn't know who, just that he lives here, and that's what the guide said, and he's got to do it, otherwise he owes money, and fuck that.
Not money.
Favors, money, whatever. Currency.
But yes, you say hello, and someone responds in common. What you want?
We wish to speak with you, if you please.
What'll it cost me?
To speak to us? Nothing.
What'll it cost you?
We're here on behalf of a favor owed.
Who what?
Look, just come downstairs and speak with us civilly.
Don't do civil much. Don't like it.
Well, you might get very well along with my friend then.
Who's that favor for you calling on?
I'm not completely certain, but my friend does owe to the guide.
You make terrible thug.
I'll take that as a compliment.
Tell you what, I come out, we talk civil like you says, then yous leave.
Sounds wonderful. And she'll back away from the door. Give him space.
Let's see here. And just need to mark this as being stairs.
I'm going to go use the bathroom.
So we're in the city. Fulton uses the bathroom.
I just assume he uses his helmet.
Well, for half-orcs, isn't that the same thing?
Wow, and you say I'm fucking...
I say your
I
character
hadn't
is.
left yet. And
My character would never say this.
I'm calling you all racist. Now I'm leaving.
I don't care about green people unless it's Oscar the Grouch.
Do you not like Oscar the Grouch? I mean, he's a grouch, but...
He's a half-orc, right?
I mean, Fulton does have some similarities. He's practically walking around in a tin can.
Yeah, I never thought about that. He's green, he walks around in a tin can, and is probably the grumpiest out of all of us, like, all the time. I don't think I've ever seen him be happy about something.
Yeah, I guess.
Lindall's probably
okay,
Grouch
think
here.
about it. Like, think hard. When was the one time Fulton wasn't, like, exasperated at all of us? We've had our laughs, and in character, our characters had, like, a laugh or a giggle. I don't remember Fulton ever doing that, unless it was maybe at Gorson's expense
Well,
once.
if him not being exasperated about the time where he wasn't around Gorzin.
No, but he wasn't ever happy either, though. I can't think of a time he was ever, like, chuckling. He is Oscar the Grouch. That's his new name now. I'm going with that. Walks around in a tin can. Yeah, it all fits.
Almost done prepping this map.
At this point, Fulton has both left his computer and plans to kill us all.
And Ian's planning even worse.
Don't get me started on Ian. I'm the one who lives closer to him, remember? I'm boarding up my windows as we speak.
So your preparation for Ian is roughly the same as your preparation for the zombie apocalypse?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, and I need...
I think Ian's more of a deadite, anyway.
What am I?
Hi, how you doing? Welcome back.
Excellent.
Why are you talking about me while I'm gone?
Pretty much.
No reason,
just,
Oscar. No
pretty
reason.
much just that there. They just been going over that. Also, Chris is boarding up his windows to keep you from getting in because you live so close.
And if you want to know why, just watch the recap.
Hmm.
I actually not have not even a profile photo for this thing?
What are you looking
Weird.
for? I have a
He's
lot.
actually invisible.
If you need like an ogre, a troll, or anything to like big scary thing, I've got loads.
All right.
Let's just use a 40k orc and just go with that.
I've got more than that, buddy.
All right. Do you have a termagant?
I'm recognizing the word. I can't remember what it looks like. Termagant. Oh, the Tyranid. Yeah, okay, hold on. Awfully specific choice. Alright.
I've googled this and I somehow doubt this is the same term I'm getting.
Yeah. I
put Tyranid in
Googled
front
image
of it
search
and-
there, and what? No, not
Harsh-tempered or overbearing
Tyranid. Chiton.
woman.
Say what?
Not Tyranid. Chiton.
Chitin. My brain is just not working right now. I don't get it. I know what kind of Tyranid you want, but other than that...
No, termagant. I know that's a kind of Tyranid in Warhammer, but that's not what I'm after.
You want a chitin termagant.
There are types of outsiders called chitons. Within chitons, there's a thing called a termagant.
Oh, okay, so I'm just getting 9 kinds of... Okay, I think I see. No, I don't have a picture of that. I have a picture of a Tyranid if you want it.
I see the description of a termagant, and it's kind of disgusting.
I have a picture that I'm pretty sure is not it. Yeah, that's almost porn.
What do you mean almost? My image search has turned up nothing but succubus.
Yeah.
I've got a picture of that one guy from Guardians of the Galaxy. That came up during the search.
Oh, Jimon Honsu?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's because someone in a forum thread asked, I'm looking for a termagant. Someone said, who? And then someone posted the GIF. Who?
Of course, yeah.
Poor Jimon Honsu. That's everyone's reaction to his own name, too.
See, now I've got to go figure out what the hell one is so I know what it looks like.
Here, let me read you the description from the D20 PFSRD Bestiary. This hovering Iron Maiden heaves forth a monstrously pregnant mass of tortured limbs and raw tentacles.
So I'm glad Chiome's not in this game.
I don't think I want a picture of that.
Set up as your background image.
I guess I could get a picture of that.
I don't think you can,
actually. No, I can. I just don't want to. Don't challenge me on this. Just, I can. I don't want to.
No, go on. Go find one.
No, fuck you. I'm not doing it. I don't want to.
Well, we need one. You already said you get it.
Uh-huh.
I fucking hate you people.
I don't think you actually can.
Shut up. I can. Okay, so... Could you give me that description again? The one you had is better than the one I found.
How about
This
I
one
just
just
send you the
sounds-
bestiary page?
Yeah, thank you. Because the one I'm using is from the Pathfinder SRD.
Yeah, there you go. I see you found something.
Yeah, it's just
Some kind of awful mass.
nails and aberrant chitin termagants seem to make out.
Yeah, that's just one of the oozes that were Joe Blex's food.
This doesn't describe what it looks like. Oh, no, at the top. Oh, okay, so...
You step back from the door.
Actually, his picture's pretty accurate. It would just be kind of a blob of limbs, wouldn't it?
Though it has an Iron Maiden that's spitting it out.
Yeah, I think that might be just a description of where they found it. I don't think that has anything to do with the creature
It
itself.
says hovering Iron Maiden.
It just
Yep.
has that? It just hangs around?
Yep.
The
That's
Iron Maiden
too
is as much a
specific.
part of it as everything else.
Okay, yeah, that's a pickle. I don't think I can find one with an Iron Maiden attached to it for a particular reason.
You step back from the door, Shinolar.
Not far enough, apparently.
You hear what sounds like furniture being moved away from blocking the door. And then tentacles burst through the door as it's hurled open.
Hmm.
And the screaming begins.
Garazin, you are not acting this first round, but you will hear the noise because you've just come in the door downstairs.
You mean the screaming?
Oh, we're going to combat, are we?
Well, I'm assuming she's going to react with ah and like melt or something.
Okay, so this is it acting in the surprise round. It is throwing the door open, and you see its horridness on the far side. And this is it taking its first proper turn.
Yay!
Are we going to talk civilly? Wasn't that the agreement?
Well, it's already shown that it doesn't much care for agreements.
One of you should make a shadow mage.
Okay, let's see here. It can do all of that in its full attack.
No.
Bye, Shinoler.
Here is Slam and Slam. That second one derped.
Yeah, that dirt pretty hard.
But that's AC 26.
Yep. I mean, I have a technically slightly higher bonus because Rock's next to me, but not that high a bonus.
All right. I have 16, and you're bleeding for 5. Press the plus macro beside bleed in order to set your bleed amount, then the bleed button to apply it on your turn. And here come the tentacles.
That's never a good phrase.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And one of those is a crit. Here's confirming it.
That
Appears
hits.
to have swished. Oh, is your AC
Oh, wait, no,
26?
with the AC.
No, Greater Shield ally gives me plus 4 bonus to AC.
So
Okay, so
they
yours...
hit a 30 to hit you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which means what, 4 of those hit?
1, 2... Oh, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep.
Oh,
Victory
yeah.
is fucking mine.
Ah, yes. Yes, I knew I had seen one, but I couldn't find that picture.
Oh.
Well,
Neat.
yeah, there you go. All right.
I win.
Nice
Actually,
job.
that's not an Iron Maiden.
No, I
Whatever.
Can just, I
This
can
is a
put
better
one down if you want
representation.
next to it. I mean, that's what it looks like. The Iron Maiden's just supposed to be next to it, and you know what that looks like, smartass.
4d6 plus 16.
It's not actually attached to its Iron Maiden; it just kind of comes out of it. So yeah,
Also, he's hit me.
a lot.
Yeah. Lindahl's excruciating deformation fires out of my armor.
Oh, lovely.
I don't think
Alright,
you can make it any uglier. I think that might not work.
Ouch.
that has the possibility of affecting his dex, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Lindahl, excruciating deformation. What do I do in reaction to being hit by that?
I'm pulling it up.
Also, we use your spell penetration check to get past his SR, right?
Should be. He cast it.
Yeah, I think it just treated his spell because you can put it on a non-caster, so...
Oh, okay. Then make your spell penetration, please, when you get a moment, Brad.
Sure thing.
Use that token as you will. I don't want to touch it anymore. You fuckers told me to find it. I fucking find it. You don't.
Yeah, yes, and you did. Thank you. I'm
Thankful's not the right word.
D4 sizzles against his skin.
Mm.
Oh well.
Spell resist. Figured. Sorry I didn't make it into a token, but like I said, minimal interaction with that is possible. Yeah, it's square. It fits.
Do not want.
Okay. All right. And here is the grab check versus your CMD.
Well, CMD's 27, so. I mean,
Wow, even on a 2.
I'm a caster!
Yeah, you're screwed. Why don't you have a ring of freedom of movement? I do.
Actually, I do, so.
Hooray!
Okay.
I'm like, the
Uh,
fuck?
Yeah,
Let
that's
me-
one of those things that you get if you're a caster.
Yeah,
It's not
let
just
me
a caster, everyone gets it.
let me just double check if there's anything that happens with this thing on grab.
Just grab is so incredibly scary and powerful that you need the auto counter or you're screwed if it happens, because they'll just murder you.
I technically don't, but that's because I have other things I can do with that.
Yeah, in your case, it's like AC wall, HP wall. It's not so bad. For anyone who isn't that, though, yeah, stay out of it.
And then none of the crit confirmed, right?
No confirmations.
Just beat the shit out of you is all.
Okay, you
so
will.
at least I don't have to use my Jingasa.
Yep, you will automatically escape the grapple, but you are getting hit by the poisons on his tentacles. So give me a fort save, please.
Alright. Alright, and then this is at +4 because of Lock Rock.
Okay. All right, you're fine.
Good time for Nat 20.
Yeah. That's okay. That's technically the first roll you've made today, and it's not out of 1. So we've finally broken the curse.
Yeah.
Praise!
Garazin, roll a 1.
Okay.
You hear Shinalar scream upstairs.
Behold. I rolled a 1.
You also rolled a natural 1.
Out of curiosity, did you take any damage from those tentacles, or was it just trying to grab you?
Yes, she did. She
Yeah, I
took,
need to get, sorry.
It just didn't
30
register as all. It's weird.
yeah, 30
30.
more points from the tentacles. Minus any DR, of course.
So I come in and I hear screaming and squelchy sounds.
Yep.
God damn it! Actually, we'll haste just so I can get a little further.
Those stairs...
Difficult
These-
terrain.
These stairs are very steep. Yeah, they're difficult.
Fly kicks in. Meow. I hate having to use all my resources on this crap. Fly doesn't make me go any faster. Is why I wasn't going to just use that instead of haste, but if I have difficult terrain in the way, it's how I get around it.
Okay.
God, I hate having to burn my shit. Alright, so 1 round of haste use, fly's used for the day, so I am flying for now.
Okay.
That's my whole turn. I turn, I see that, and I scream in horror. What did you do?
Shinalar.
I didn't do anything.
What is that? Where did it come from? What the hell?
Also, did she know I get moved? Because wasn't she at where Garazin's currently standing before?
Yes, she did.
Oh, well, for simplicity, I'll have... It won't move me.
No, you're there.
Oh, I am?
Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to get past her.
Fair enough. What terrifying abomination did you try to summon to get this?
Why do you assume this is my fault?
Well, you summoned weird shit, and I thought...
She says while swatting away a mass of tentacles.
I mean, logic dictates a person summoning weird shit would summon weird shit.
Alright, you have hit your 6-second boundary. Shinalar, what you doing?
Yeah,
No, my
Dimension
turn's been
Door.
done.
Screw
Okay.
this.
Wait.
Can you auto-pass the concentration?
Yeah.
Alright, where are you going?
Well, I still want to be able to see it, but I really don't want to see it. Where's the bed so I don't, like, land on the bed?
In here? 1 second. No, bed, not crib.
Maybe it's just a really small person.
And maybe a bed that isn't a 4-poster bed with a canopy. Jesus. These search results is sorting. It's amazing. Nope, fuck it. Canopy bed. That's all I'm getting.
Did you want stuff for?
Huge bed.
Did you just want a bed?
I've got it. I've got it.
Because now we have a bed, right?
There you go.
All right, aiming for here, just around the corner.
Ah! You leap
Bam.
backwards through the space between spaces reflexively.
Just, oh god,
Pretty much.
Yeah, I'm on that boat too. Oh god, why?
Let's see, a Lockerock. Well,
Yeah, you gave me that one. I knew I had it.
he has a wand of Cure Light Wounds.
right?
Any amount of magical healing should stop the bleed unless it's weird, magical, weird fucking bleed, so.
Yeah, that's mostly what I want.
Alright. He jabs you with his pen of Cure Light Wounds.
I didn't realize how many fucking
beds
beds I had. No, I'm going through them myself. I didn't realize how many I had. I actually used some of these for, my thing.
Alright, but it makes a bunch of sound on our ends when you drop it on the map.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know that. I won't do that. Sorry. I didn't realize it made a sound.
The normal chat message sound.
Mine doesn't do that. Sorry.
Yeah, I didn't get that either.
It must be because I'm the DM.
Sorry.
Anyway,
I actually forget what level I bought this wand at, so I'm just going to assume the minimum.
If you bought it, yeah, it'd be right.
normally. Alright, 4 points, ends the bleed. Okay, anything else?
Anything you could do is move.
Yeah, how dark is it in here?
It is dim.
Alright, shadow blending.
Okay.
And that's her turn.
You get the name.
I didn't see any point in changing it.
That's about right.
Alright. Shuttle disappears, and you are in front of it. You can pry them debts from my cold dead tentacles.
Incoherent screaming.
Please
Gorson's
tell me
become
Horizon
Homer.
just says incoherent screaming back at him.
Yeah, he does. Flat out. Just says it. He doesn't have any other response. His
Excellent.
brain's fried.
Here's 2 slams.
Well, a natural 20 is going to hit me no matter what the fuck. But the other one can go to hell.
Here's the confirmation roll.
Ha ha!
You hit nothing.
Uh-huh.
Well, he still hits.
Yeah, he still gets the free hit. And I
Alright.
do have a ring of freedom of movement, so.
And here come the tentacles.
Another crit.
What the fuck is with this thing?
Alright, do any of those land other than the crit?
Nope. You have to get a 47 to touch me.
Alrighty.
Confirm
Here.
that crit.
Here's the confirm. It
Nope.
doesn't.
Yeah, like, he's
Alright.
only touching me on 20s.
Yeah, he's gotten 2 of them so far.
I know, it's pissing me off. Quite frankly.
And a fort save, please.
Fair enough. Dwarf, add dwarfy bonus if dwarf bonus applies.
Roger that.
Both for magic and poison, disease, whatever.
Dwarf.
Dwarf!
Yeah, you dwarf it up.
So,
And-
total damage?
Yeah, that is the total damage.
Oh, it is?
19 and 5 bleed to apply at the start of your own turn.
The poison soaks into your beard, and your beard
There it
devours it.
No, 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 no.
Don't eat the poison.
It's what
No, his beard is.
what beard did. How do you think we make ourselves poison-proof?
Don't eat your beard.
No, the beard eats it. It's nom-nom sounds.
What sounds do you make?
Bang, 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 and I don't stop doing the bang until there's nothing left.
I thought your gun made that sound.
No,
I
I
doesn't
make
make
that
sound.
sound as the...
we just pretend
You know-
that the gun makes that sound.
Now at least I know what kind of creature Gorzen wants to bang.
Ah!
Yeah.
I hate you all.
Don't worry, so does that thing.
So I'm hasted. I'm throwing my alt. Fuck this noise. It can't get AOs on me, so I'm just gonna start blowing grit on killing it dead. How many? Well, okay. Let's take this one at a time. I will blow 1 grit on this shot to inflict bleed on it. It is bleed equal to my level, I think, but I will double check that.
Okay.
Equal to my dexterity modifier. Oh, that's not much different. So 11 bleed on this,
Roger that.
in addition to all the usual.
All right. That it soaks. By the way, your gun doesn't happen to be a holy weapon, does it?
No, but it does do an extra 1d6 of sonic for each shot, so...
Yeah, I'm
it's
aware.
already in there. Never mind. Okay, that's it then. Not holy. Just gun plus 5.
All right. Give me the rest
Bleed
of those.
doesn't stack, so there's no real point in putting bleed on each shot, so that's
Correct.
tough to do. So, second iterative. Haste. Bang, 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 bang.
And roll me the 6d6 sonic.
Just 1d6. It's d6 per shot.
6d6.
Oh. I just heard d6.
Yep.
And for each and every single one of those that hit, I need to roll to see if I trip you. I don't think it can be tripped, though. It doesn't really have
This
a
does not
bottom.
get tripped.
Didn't think so.
And is any focus in application?
Focus.
The way you focus the attack so that one target within the cone takes additional damage. I think it's 13 more.
It's on every shot on that one big fucker. It's only one target, so...
And it's still plus 13, though?
14, actually.
14. You leveled or something, didn't you?
Well, yeah, I had a level in Gunslinger, and that boosted up by 1.
Yeah. Alright, minus that.
Basically, it's plus 50. It's 2d8 plus 50 for each shot.
Okay. You unload the equivalent of 3 cannonballs into it, and when
Plus 24 sonic and 11 bleed, so be dead.
Yeah, I added those in, and you in total leveled 311 damage at it out of 263. When the smoke clears, there is a thin green paste on the far wall with tentacles in it.
Nope. Nope. Just nope. 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 Nope.
The
nope,
tentacles
nope.
the tentacles are still twitching. By the way, when killed, a termagant explodes in a blast of its poison. All living creatures in 15 feet, fortitude save, please.
Of course. Lucky hammer.
Also, this is, plus 4 to me.
Also, I don't think you're within 15 feet.
Actually,
Oh.
she was out of line of sight anyway.
Oh, okay.
So,
I
Garazza.
use my lucky hammer, but it's worth it.
Use your lucky hammer for 33. Let's see here.
Plus 2 if, poison, which
Yep.
it is.
Yep, okay. You are splattered, but your beard devours it.
That's canon now.
Your entire front-facing half of you is now a thin greenish yellow color.
My tunic of cleanliness activates and starts getting rid of that as I declare, nope, 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 just nope, 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 I refuse, nope, 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 nope. Poke my head back
Shinolar.
in. No!
You hear the explosion of rapid gunfire, followed by Garazin screaming no and feet disappearing down the stairs.
Nope, nope, nope.
She'll peek around the side? Like, what?
There appears to be a thin green film of still twitching tentacles on the far wall here, and no sign of Garazin other than the distinct scent of gunpowder and frustration.
Hmm.
You can probably still hear me outside saying nope, 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 because he's rolling around on the floor screaming nope, nope, nope.
Quick check. Anything in this room besides the bed that might be pertaining?
Not this room. You haven't gotten to search this room over here.
Yep.
Other than that, the remnants of that thing, there appears to be a small a small like a kind of chest that you could carry under one arm if you were so inclined, sitting on a side table, as well as a stack of what appears to be letters.
Well, you should probably grab both and get them out of this disgusting room.
You gather those up and walk out of the room when you hear a wet plop behind you, look over your shoulder, and see that the tentacles are still moving about, and that slime on the wall is getting a little thicker.
Hmm.
I have regeneration, and it might be a good idea to go tell Gorzin that, who's busy panicking outside.
Yeah, she's gonna run outside.
Gorzin, at this stage, is rolling around, trying to get the stuff off him, going just nope, 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 didn't happen, nope, nope, nope.
Your shirt has cleaned you, but that doesn't change the memory of the
Nope,
experience.
nope, nope,
Gorzin.
nope, nope, nope.
By the way,
nope.
Garazin.
Mm. Well, he can't stop it, so he's too busy just going nope.
Okay. Shinolar, Garazin is running back and forth in the street.
No, I'm rolling around on the ground, like just barrel
It's
rolling.
rolling back and forth in the street, seemingly out of his mind, bleeding all over the place.
Question. How hard
Answer.
could a mage hand slap?
But with 5 pounds of force.
Yes.
Not good enough.
Get a chair. Ah!
She's moving on his path and then reaching down and hitting him.
Ow.
Snap out of it, man.
Ow! Gets up. Realizes he's bleeding. Looks at her. Did you? Why am I bleeding?
Alok Rock, she'll send him out to fix this.
Oh, you're having a Lockrock poke me with a wand.
Yep.
Heal yourself for D8 plus 1? 6 plus 1? I forget. Yeah, D8 plus 1. And I think the bleed automatically resets to 0 when you get healed, so...
Yeah, it seems to have.
Poison. It's not dead.
What isn't? What? I think I blacked out. I talked to those 2 old ladies. Did you find the guy?
Yes, we found something. Get yourself together and come back inside.
The 2 old
Alright.
ladies, by the way, have stopped knitting and are both holding flaming short swords. They're still sitting on their porch, and they're still sitting in the rocking chairs, but they're holding flaming short swords.
It's alright, ladies. I'm sure whatever has happened is under control. What happened?
Come inside. We'll talk in there.
Alright. Sure, why not? Everything tells me not to, but I'm gonna do it anyway. I'm fucking stupid.
The short swords turn back into knitting needles. You go inside.
We found the target of your debt. It attacked us. You shot it. Luckily, it seems to be putting itself back together. We need it alive, don't we?
Yes. Non-lethal is preferred. Yes. Yes. Let's go talk to it. What did it do to piss me off so much that I tried to shoot it dead?
Just try to hold your fire unless it attacks us again.
I don't keep my temper in check, I suppose.
She will actually stand in front of him at this point.
He just stands on the stairs.
The reforming body now has several recognizable body parts, but they're still in disarray on the floor.
Can you understand me yet?
You hear a voice speak up, and you look around, and you see the mouth and jaw sitting on the floor under that table. Told you. You take my debt over my dead body.
We can arrange that if necessary. It's unfortunate you seem to think that I wanted to be civil meant we were weak.
Doesn't mean weak. Means dumb.
And yet you attacked us and look what happened. Which one's the more dumb at this point?
I'll be right as rain in 5 minutes. Kick your ass again. Or whatever.
It took only one shot from my friend to put you in this state. He has many more available.
He's not wrong. I read over 130 of this shit.
Well, to be fair, it took a full attack of 6 shots, but carry on.
Yes.
Yeah, but
regardless.
it comes out as one big flum at that point.
It's bang, 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 so fast it just becomes bang.
Pretty much. I mean, he's hasted. Combine that with having 6 shots in a round from a goddamn cannon. I mean, you probably couldn't tell if you tried.
Is 1-ish per second. Anyways, are you trying to negotiate with this guy, or are you trying to intimidate him?
No, let's
Also,
turn
I
into a
hate
slight
that it's a
negotiation.
him. That just makes it worse.
Some of the tentacles begin inchworming their way across the floor towards the mouth.
This doesn't have to end in more battle. Just pay your debt and we leave.
What debt you collecting?
Look back to Gorzin.
Well, we're collecting the debt from you to the guy. Apparently you owe him a favor. You need to promise to fulfill that favor, and we'll leave. Just gotta get a promise.
Ugh. This city sucks. Get
Amen to
directions
that.
back home from the bar just once. They make you pay for it.
That's not our concern. All we want is the promise, and then we'll leave.
Alright, but you gotta take the promise the proper way.
Don't look at me, I have no idea what that means.
Which way would be that?
Only way my
In the
kind
butt.
makes... Only way my kind makes promises. Pinky swear.
Gorzin is laughing. That's hilarious to him. He doesn't
She'll look back at Gorzin. You're the one that has to collect the debt.
What? I got angry and shot him once. No big deal. I'll just go over and, pinky swear. Funny as hell.
Very well. Schindler's now trying to hide a smile.
A tentacle begins inchworming its way across the floor towards you, Garazin.
I turn the corner, look at that, go, oh my stars. Buy all the stone in there exists. Buy the Earth Mother. Buy the Stone Father. Buy Moradin and all the beards of all his ancestors and all his children. I need to shoot this more. I'm gonna throw up.
Extract the promise, Gorzin, and then we can leave.
Does it even have a pinky? Sorry,
The tentacle
Aldred.
begins balancing on its stump and waving at you.
I shook hands with something way uglier than this. I shook hands with something way uglier than this. I shook hands with something way uglier than this. I'm just going to turn this direction and here. I hold out the left hand. Pinky extended.
The tentacle wraps around your pinky,
I want to die.
shakes vigorously, spraying its ichor all over your arm, and then
Well,
falls,
you're gonna chop it off anyway. Now this is improved to
and then falls to the floor and inches its way towards a steadily forming torso over in the corner.
Yeah, well, no business
Grozin,
with you, bye.
fort save, please. You're fine.
I was gonna chop it off anyway. So, I was gonna build a new arm, but I don't care. Whatever. Didn't need an arm anyway.
Grozin's 3 blocks away. By the time
I'm done.
Shinolar seems to know what's happening, get back here, you.
Grozin gains 3d100 insanity points.
Pretty much.
On the plus side, he already has about 400.
The body's still putting itself
He's
back
completely bonkers.
still
There's a
putting
small chance
itself
he wasn't.
back together. Just a face begins to form, and it looks over at Shinolar. You enjoying the show?
To be honest, yes. Take care. She'll just leave.
You are into some fucked up shit, you know that?
Grozin, you are not there to pass judgment.
No, but I am, as me.
You're reading it a little bit differently than she intended.
Don't care. Agorzen will check to see that that went through for as far as the guide is concerned. Basically, hey, I got the promise.
You open up the guidebook.
Yep. Hey, I got the promise.
Yes, it has registered. Thank you very much. I hope
Hey,
that
how much is it
wasn't
to know where
too
you
much
live?
trouble. I beg pardon?
How much is it to know where you live? Or where you are right now? That'll do
Barzan, no.
too. Agorzen, yes!
No, she's gonna try to snatch the book from him.
Hey! You're now holding the book.
And she'll
I'm
put it away.
afraid that as protected information that would be quite harmful for me to give away, that will not cost you a half favor. That will cost a contract.
Yes, he's not interested and slams the book shut.
I was gonna ask him who do I talk to find out who I can get to for cheaper than that, and then shove my foot up his ass. The fuck was that? Who the fuck does that? Who the fuck lets that thing in?
Be glad Fulton isn't there.
Yeah, you
Grozin's
probably
head-
would have killed it.
No, Grozin's head would be hurting.
No, you probably would have killed that thing. Whatever that thing was. I don't want to think about it.
As awful as it is, Fulton has a bit of a lesson in not taking things at face value.
I'm sorry, did you see that thing?
No.
No, he didn't.
Well, I'm gonna go back, drag
But
it
you
to
will.
you,
You will see it every time you close
and you
your
will
eyes.
judge it.
As long as it's not
Contemplating-
evil, Fulton doesn't care.
I'm just wondering whether or not fire will actually make it clean again. I'd probably just have to chop it off and put something new on there.
Shinolar, as Grozin seems to be incoherent, what are you two doing?
I'm going to grab him by something and start pulling him towards the gate we were just at before.
Clearly the gun is the most important part of his anatomy.
True.
Stop right here from my shorts.
Okay,
Well, just
Just
like
leave
my
that,
cannon.
I'll just leave that one, sitting.
At least prop it up on something.
how are you going to navigate your way back there?
Well, I suppose memory to get back to the main-ish road we can get to, then follow it up from there. That or the
Okay.
wall and go that way, but
Mm-hmm. Well, you can just go all the way through, all the way across the district and follow the wall, or you could int check to try and remember the way you came here.
she'll probably go with the int check.
You know, the more I think about it, the more I realize that hands are fucking worthless. You can just build new ones that are better, stronger, just all around better. I mean, yeah, it's expensive, but fuck it, you know?
You could just chop off your arm and then I cast Regenerate on you.
Yeah, I could do that. See, we have magic. Just fuck that noise. I mean, it's not like he'll seek vengeance across space and time, and it's not like I wanted the arm anyway.
Yeah, but then you have to yell no in an overly dramatic fashion.
I've been doing that all day.
That's only if he gets a mechanical arm replacement.
I kind of want to. They're actually pretty good.
Meanwhile, elsewhere, and 30 minutes ago, Fulton and Lindahl.
Meanwhile, in the past,
Fulton has a point to bring up.
Yes?
We don't have whatever it is that makes it so that all of their signs are readable by anyone.
Oh, you mean the guidebook?
No.
that's why. Yeah, that's why we need to dress you up in a hamburger costume and shove you into the street.
Forget. Okay, seriously though.
We are pretty serious about this. You have to realize that.
No.
Well, I am.
I think I have one sitting in my room.
Anyways, Fulton is concerned about how to attract people here.
They've been doing something to the sign so that we can actually read it, even though they're not in any text we actually know.
Knowledge Arcana on that. I've been looking at it.
Whatever the enchantment is.
The enchantment that's allowing us to read things. I've been, we've been wandering. We've been seeing this everywhere. I'm gonna Knowledge Arcana.
Okay.
I mean, it's one thing to put comprehend languages on yourself, but to have it on a different thing is...
Yes, projected.
They probably just weave comprehend languages into the signs or something.
I would assume, but...
Lindahl, you studying one of these signs in particular that you come across actually happens to be just a street name. You piece together, it seems to be some manner of illusion that just manages to rewrite itself into all languages in a non-language dependent way. You think you could recreate it, but it may take a few attempts to piece it together.
That's cool. I'm a mage. Is this going to be a spell I can use?
Let's
Let's do this up. Yeah, there really isn't a spell that covers that. Comprehend languages only works on spoken language.
Hold on just a second here. Let me double check a couple things in the SRD.
Because I'll whip that up and learn it. And then I will sell it to other wizards.
Makes sense to me.
Even if it is a separate spell, it's like level 2.
There we go. Comprehend languages is understanding the spoken word of creatures or reading otherwise incomprehensible written messages. Does not impart insight, only its literal meaning. Allows you to understand or read an unknown language, not speak or write it.
Okay. So it's just comprehend languages put into the thing, probably.
Yeah, so it's a backwards comprehend languages. Instead of being divination that lets you read it, it's illusion that projects it. You think that you could put together a reproduction of this spell, but it occurs to you that it does have a costly component. You think that you could, let's see here.
One human thumb.
Hey, if it requires a dwarven hand, you're set.
Actually, yeah.
Let's see here. School illusion. I'll only bother with what level it's necessary for sorcerer wizard. Sorcerer wizard 3. Domain language. Okay. You will need to first make me a spellcraft check. And of course, you pretty much just max it out immediately.
I rolled a 19.
Okay. You think you have the impression in your head of how you could do such a spell, and next time you can prepare spells. In particular, a level 3 spell slot. Then you should be able to transcribe this onto a scroll or into your spell book at the normal cost for a level 3 spell, and then you should be able to use it.
Awesome. What are we calling this?
We are calling this Universal Script.
That's a thing.
Okay. Well, that doesn't help right now since I can't prepare spells. I don't have any 3 slots open.
Doesn't, hang on a second. You can't... Hang on a second. Does this do what I think it does? Would I be able to hit Lindahl with Channel the Gift? When he doesn't have a spell slot available to put that in?
If I remember right, you can do that for non-improvised casters, can't you? Checking Channel the Gift.
It says it doesn't expend a spell slot for the next spell the target casts at 3rd level or lower.
And that would be correct. You
Oh,
could
Channel the
the
Gift?
to grant
Yeah.
it.
Alright,
Yeah,
I
I
have to
remember
prepare
that.
it into one of my empty slots, but I can do that.
I remember Channel the Gift.
Do I know how much money I have?
I'm fairly sure it's in the low 4 digits. One moment.
Buck used to prepare that one all the time because he was this really shitty spellcaster, but that let him like kind of help others be, you know.
Lyndall, you have 1402 GP in raw money. But spending that virtual quantity out of your whatever parchment and ink you normally keep on you for transcribing into your spellbook would be sufficient, so you can spend it as raw money. You don't need
it's
to
usually
go-
how that actually works, yeah.
Yeah.
I just need to figure out what the cost is. And actually, I'll do that the next time I prepare since we need this now.
Well, as soon as we find a suitable place and we make the opening to the Magnificent Mansion, Fulton can sit down inside and prepare a channel the gift to let you cast it.
Well, that's kind of annoying that all prosthetics are a third-party material. This would come up more often than that, but whatever.
Some in the core game, if somebody has a prosthetic, it just works like their normal limb did.
Pretty much, yeah.
They don't make that distinction. They have magical prosthesis and regeneration and stuff. So.
Magic means your limb is as it was.
But I kind of like the idea of a mecha limb. It's cool. It's very dwarfy. Anyway,
You can get that if you want it for flavor. It just doesn't work any different than your normal limb did.
Alright, fair enough.
Level 3 costs 45 gold. Yay for my blessed spellbook. I'll add that to my list. But I'll actually do that the next time I prepare.
And I'm looking up what this should cost to use permanency on it.
Oh, I don't actually know permanency.
That's okay, I'm just figuring it out for the sake of future reference. There we go, there's the remainder of the description.
Yeah, I don't really need to make it permanent. That's neat. I am selling the hell out of that when we get back.
Probably worth a pretty penny.
Well, it's a level 3 spell. I think it's worth like 200 gold if I let someone copy it.
But it could revolutionize communication.
Could revolutionize sign making.
Yeah, for
And
communication, we already
expensively
had
at
different
that.
things.
Yeah.
Like, for example, it probably costs less comparatively to just get a guy to translate what you want to say.
And scribe that on the same sign.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
This place has it.
It's yeah.
This place has it because they've got untold numbers of languages coming through on a daily basis.
Yep.
Unless you know a mage, if you own an inn or something, it's easier to just write it and to write your rules in several languages.
Yeah, fair enough.
Because you got to remember the average person's take home in a setting like this is maybe 100 gold a year. So paying a mage to do something like that for you isn't really worth the trouble.
They are. I mean, a big city, those crossroad places. Anyway.
Nevertheless, you guys have found what appears to be a sort of square. There's a old broken down fountain. There's several inns around it, and there's what appears to be a daily market, although it is busier. People are busy packing it away for the night.
This seems like a good place to set up shop then.
Do you think there'd be problems if we tried to sell any food at night?
That's fine. We'll just we'll open up the mansion, rest for the night, and start in the morning.
I suppose we should let the others know then.
Well, that's sort of up to them. I do not have sending prepared.
Good thing to check. I'm pretty sure I have sending, or if I don't, as long as clerics can actually cast it, I can prepare it.
Okay. Well, I'm opening up the door. So I'm I'm reshaping it into a 1,700 square foot ballroom, putting the normal rooms that exist in it just in the back, behind a locked door.
Okay.
So just pretty much my research room, my bedroom, and a spare bedroom with the 3 beds for the 3 of them.
Okay.
Because I only have 100 square foot of space to work with when I make it 1,700 square feet, because I'm making it 10 feet tall to make sure people can fit.
Mm-hmm.
100 square feet is only an 10 by 10 foot room. You may want to reserve a bit more room for your lab and your bed, so that your bed doesn't have to be on your workbench.
Yeah.
Like, even if you set up
I'm just
bunks,
trying to think how much space they need.
even if you set up bunks for the others, to set up those 3 rooms, you probably need at least 350 square feet.
Well, I'd just give them 1 room with bunks. But
Yeah,
I need to keep
for your room, the lab, and a bunk room, 350 square feet total.
Okay, I'm just trying to think what's comfortable for people. We need to be able to fit enough people to actually eat all the food we're making.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
So we
whatever
need to fit
space
200.
remains.
We need to fit 210 people. With
At a time? Christ. I hope your servants are ready
that's
to
how
go.
many people. Yeah, it makes dozens of servants too. We just usually gloss them over.
Because we don't really need them.
I'll just have to stand by the door with my gun in my hand to keep things from rioting. Jesus.
Okay, so we need 1,050 square feet just for people, but we also have furniture. So if I make that 1,300 and reserve 500 for rooms, we should be good.
Okay. It'll be a bit tight in the ballroom if you actually have that many people in at once, but
Has
it's
to be
doable.
expected, really.
Yep, and just a locked. I'm going to make it a locked, invisible door so people don't get suspicious and go back there.
Like a hidden door?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, while this is going on, Fault will be preparing his 2 empty spell slots.
Right. 1/3 for Channel the Gift and 1/5
4th for sending.
4th for sending.
Is it 4th, actually? Hang on, I have it open. It's 4th, yeah.
Okay.
Cleric's got a 4th level.
So 9-course banquet and a place to eat it. 10 pittance.
1 pittance if you just want a plate outside. If we give them that option, they'll feel a little more comfortable.
Yep. So
I mean, it'll prove we have food, otherwise they won't even go inside.
well, I'll have we'll
probably
have one of
be-
my servants standing at the front with food.
Yeah, it'd be like a pittance to have a plate brought to you and you eat outside.
Aren't
I'm
the
going-
servants invisible, though? Well,
No,
yeah,
unseen
so
food,
just-
I
They
guess.
act as the spell invisible servant, but they're
Yeah,
actually
so-
translucent. They're translucent and look how I like. I'm also going to change the look of it to be the look of the ballroom portion to be an elegant ballroom, and my mansions to be dudes wearing tuxedos.
Okay.
Okay, so
Normally
I'm
they're
gonna make
tiny golems, but I'm going to make them appear humanesque.
So do you want me to make an int check to remember how approximately many steps we've walked since the gate? Well, I'm, making ascending to the other 2.
You had to zigzag a bit and try a few false starts, so you don't really
Sorry?
know precisely where you are relative.
You're
Your
standing like a sore thumb.
Exploration.
Causeway.
What?
What? I don't know anyone saying anymore.
Well, someone was just asking me if I stick out like a sore thumb.
This thing's cutting out a lot, I noticed. I think I said... can't Fulton just stand out in the middle of the causeway? Doesn't he stand out like a sore thumb? I think you overheard some of that.
Sure,
They've
but you
gone-
have to get to the general location of where we are first.
Yeah. they've gone a fair bit into a sort of rat's warren of slums, and Fulton didn't really follow a straight line to get from the gate to here, so he's not really sure what directions to give you guys.
Can always
So
shoot some
actually-
up into the air, and you can use that dodge.
I know that Shinolair has location finding things.
Yes. Question is if you remember that she does it by name of the location.
Can you not find a person?
I can,
Yep.
and it will give me the name of the location.
Mm.
And
If I don't know where that location is, a little difficult. Usually it's not a problem, you just ask. Here, that's a problem.
Yeah. Actually, wasn't there... I think there's one that would still work.
I should also point out, as a matter of being friendly to the situation, that Fulton, you do know Shinolar and Garazan have the guidebook.
True. But, this is true, but, Shinolair has the spell Locate Creature. Actually, does she know it? Hmm.
Yeah, I don't have
Right,
that
for
on
that
my
matter.
list.
Damn. Useful thing to know. Oh well.
Well,
So
spontaneous
is
caster.
Dispel. So is Dispel, but
Yeah.
Sacrifices were made from my list.
yes.
Okay, is there anything I can do on my end to help you find it, besides using the guidebook? Guidebook is available, but probably... Well, actually, his jurisdiction doesn't extend into this district.
Apparently not. Dumb question. Are there, like, street signs with street names?
There are in Rag District, where you two are.
Ah, right. None in this. Where asking where Fulton was, but yeah, if there's none there, then there's none there.
Fulton, you have seen street signs. Some of them were being used to prop up awnings, and some of them were carved into the surface of the street, but some of them were just on signposts. Some
Actually-
of them were being used as crude walking sticks by passing old ogres.
Actually, here's a question. Status is still on everyone? Does it stop working from the, going in and out of the Magnificent Mansion?
If you go in, you lose contact. You come out, you'll still. Well,
Have
actually,
contact.
no. That it ends if you leave the same plane. So no, it will break if you go into the mansion.
It'll break.
The
That's
mansion's
not-
not a separate plane, it's an extra dimensional space.
Ah, never mind then.
Okay, so I can
It
still...
will point to the front door while you're in the mansion, but when you come out, it'll point the right way again.
When I come out, if someone else is in the mansion, will it point to the front door of the mansion?
If someone's in the mansion and you're outside of it, then it will lead you towards the entrance.
Okay, then Fulton can just leave the mansion, go back to the gate, and lead Garazan and Shinolair there.
You well could.
Because...
What are we looking at in terms of three-dimensional space here? How high are these buildings?
Most of them in this district are. They vary all the way from 1 story to 4, but they're all ramshackle. They're all built from scraps of scraps. Or
And how much space is above them? I would assume plenty.
between their average roofs and the height of the city walls, probably about 20 to 40 feet.
Since we can fly, all you gotta do is make something that's very obvious from the air.
I have flares, but I can't give them to you from over here.
Well, if you want to do that, then...
Fulton coming to find you guys is actually probably the most expedient way, because even if you guys take a wrong turn, he knows where you are.
I
Yeah.
always know where you are.
Oh yeah, that's not creepy at all. I can fire up
Forever.
So long as he touches you first.
Awesome.
Where on the doll did he touch me?
Well, in any case, I prepared Channel League of Descending. Does Lindell want to make that sign now, since it has a long duration from when you cast that spell?
No, I'll make it in the morning.
Are you sure? Because I'll be preparing spells.
In the morning.
Yeah,
we don't
so
necessarily want to advertise food here. When
we don't
there's
have to
no
put the sign
food.
out. We just make the
I
sign and hold it in here.
It'll only last. I'll just do it in the morning after well, yeah, actually, I'm going to prepare spells soon anyway, so,
I'm saying it lasts a day per level, and I can cast this and then prepare something else in that spell slot in the morning.
yeah, let's make it now then.
Okay, so you have to make the sign first, and then I put Channel the Gift on you, and you cast Universal Script.
Yep, so...
I'm assuming there's no real problems with that.
No economic ones.
Looking to work off debt. Come eat here. Come eat
Cheap
here.
food.
Yeah, one plate is a pittance. 9-course meal, 1 pittance per plate. One pittance for sitting inside. Or you can have a pittance for a plate outside, and that's what I'm going to put on the thing.
Righto.
Shouldn't be too hard. Now, I need to get out my sparkle glue, though. Now, where was I keeping that? Oh no, I believe it was by my Book of the Dead.
While Lindall's participating in some arts and crafts, you guys reach the gate.
Alright, I'll go ahead and send a sending off to them. Oop. That's 25 words, right?
I receive a sending. All it says is boop.
It's 25 words of boop. No.
Boop 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 boop.
No. No.
Sorry, I missed a thing. I just heard that and started smiling. What happened?
Sending. 25 words of boop.
Ah, how fun.
It's 25 or less, right? You don't have to have 25.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nope, don't have to pad it out.
Just put words at the end.
Argle flargle foobar.
There you go. That's the sending.
I've ended one with Screw Flanders before.
Yeah.
That's the Sheena Lair, by the way.
Okay. You guys are stopped by the guards to inspect your papers, but they allow you to pass. And you guys are not more than 50 steps beyond the gate when there is a soft chime and a distant call of angels singing, and then Polton's handwriting appears in your vision with that message.
Alright. Get out the pipe, start smoking.
Well, to Sheena Lair, assuming she tells Urazin. She could have let Urazin go off on his own, I guess.
She good?
No, she won't do that.
Razin, we need to split up to find him. You go to the far end of the...
Just go and don't stop.
You just go to the old breach. They say they're at the old breach. Just go.
Well, if we Gorzen offers his spare pipe is too.
And as usual, she's not interested.
Why don't you smoke?
And she's not interested in that either.
Never understood it. So, a weak constitution, is it?
Not particularly, no.
Taste fine. Ain't diamond, I promise.
Its
Well,
smell
I'll assume
reminds me
that
too
I can-
much of
I can give-
home.
Oh.
And conversation shuts down.
Gorson puts out his pipe. Didn't mean to make you uncomfortable.
Assuming that Lindall's is going to be working on the sign and Fulton can give him channel to get when he gets back, Fulton's going to go collect those two.
All right, and you can gather them back to the mansion without issue. And that's a good place for us to stop.
We didn't screw up horribly. We've actually done things.
That never fucking happens.
You've jinxed us. Thanks.
Good job. It's at least we have proof.
Well, that's why I said it at the end of the session, didn't it?
Well, yeah. Well, we have a recording, so there is proof we can actually get some stuff done occasionally. So, that's good.
Here, I thought session 89 through 91 was proof enough of that.
No. That's proof of being stubborn.
So you're telling me that since I've joined, it's been downhill.
No, I'm telling you, since Dawn High, we've had to just fucking... You have any idea
It's a
how long
roller
we've been
coaster.
doing this? And how little progress has technically been made in this reality?
This whole party's gone downhill since Joel and Tem left.
This whole party went downhill the moment the monk got his head broken in.
This little party went wee, 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 all the way.
To hell.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This is the second
And you've
time
made it
we've
out
gone,
unscathed. Congratulations.
This is the second time we've gone through the loopy planar travel thing. Second time. And we've done no better than the first time. We learned nothing. We progressed nothing.
The
We've
universe
hardly...
is definitely conspiring against you.
I could buy that.
At this point, yeah. I mean, we already lost most of the gap or whatever it's the goal to Jubilex. At this rate, we'll lose like more chunks of reality to other outer planar bullshit, and pretty soon there'll be no material plane.
Technically, Jubilex wasn't outer planar. He was...
Well, wasn't he a demon lord
Look,
or something of a
at
certain
that point, we just
plane?
make
That
our own
counts.
plane and explore it.
We did that already. It's called the material plane. I don't want to remake the damn thing. Sorry,
I
that's the
can
first time.
technically create greater demiplane, can't I?
I think by this point you better be able to.
Okay.
The big point is, don't let Grazan have any input on it, or it's just going to be
Fuck
the
you.
material plane again, with beards on everything, even the trees.
I'm not going to put beards on everything. Everything will just have a well-stocked larder of gunpowder nearby at any given point.
Yeah, there we go. Greater create demiplane, all you need for it is like the 9th level spell slot and a forked metal rod worth 500 GP.
And
And
is
a
that
permanency
consumed, or
spell.
just a focus?
That's just the focus. And a permanency if you want it to stick around, yes. Otherwise, it lasts for a day per level.
Which is a long-ass time if you live there, so you could just keep casting this audience thing.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll see you guys next week.
Yeah,
See
see
ya.
you
Night.
later.
Bye. I have to open
Yes.
Mumble again to close it, because it
Yeah.
minimizes my taskbar.
Yeah, I'll see you all next week, where we
you
find
next
out
week.
if any of us are competent at something different entirely.
Well, we'll all just be dead there.
The answer is no.
Yeah, I didn't have to say anything. You guys know how this is going to work. The answer is you're going to encounter an apothecary. He'll kill you. Roll up new characters. Done.
What on earth makes you think I'm going anywhere near that apothecary? I'd just go in there to find the people who were work under him.
You're gonna find the apothecary. You know you're going to.
I'm gonna
You're
say
gonna do it
hello,
on
and
accident.
I'm gonna walk in the opposite direction.
How do you know? Oh, okay, who am I kidding? You'll know him when you see him. He's
Of
like 9
course,
feet tall.
he's a space marine.
Yeah, you'll know him.
Can
He's
I
a 9
roll
foot
up?
tall guy.
Can I roll up as the apothecary? Sort of a you keep what you kill, and in this case, you keep the player the player of the character.